What's going on, y'all? We got a bunch of beautiful ladies in the house. Let's go. And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Purple Pod, episode 63, the number one show in the world for dating. Sorry, right here in Dallas, Texas. Please make sure to like the video on y'all's way in, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be prepared for all of our future shows. Follow us on the podcast Instagram right now, and you can see these beautiful ladies that are tagged. If you want to watch live, you can watch it on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, or YouTube all at the same time right now. Go sign up for my new mentorship down below. If you want to do a free consultation call, just hit the link in the description. If you want to show support, you can either go to the Patreon or you can just hit the join button right here under the YouTube channel. If you do that, it's probably the best way because you'll get some emojis for the live show. Also, check out the merch store, or you can hear us on all the different audio platforms if you want to listen at work or anything like that. I'm on all the different audio platforms, guys. Please make sure to add the Instagram right now, though. I want y'all to go add all these beautiful ladies. Also, go add my personal account because I accidentally posted everything from my personal account tonight, but it's tagged on the main one. So, yeah, go check it out on the main Instagram, too, as well. If anybody needs media marketing help, I'm doing media marketing for a package for any YouTubers or anybody that's trying to grow their channels or Instagrams or TikToks or anything like that. I'm just rolling everybody's price, $500 a month for getting 5 clips and 5 shorts a day. Just let me know if you're somebody that's trying to grow your account and would like to try something like that. Shout out to my boy Donnie's back in the house.
Yep.
I appreciate you, man. And then, that's all we have here. We just got 4 beautiful ladies at the table. So let's go ahead and get it started by just asking what's y'all's name, your age, your education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status. I'll repeat that if I have to. We'll start with you.
Hello, I'm Christina. I'm from the DFW area.
Can you talk into the mic for us?
Oh, yes.
There
Sorry.
you go. Thank you.
I'm Christina. I am from the DFW area. I'm 24 years old. I just recently graduated from Texas Tech University. Got a bachelor's in psych. And I am single.
Awesome. You got a bachelor's in psych?
Yes.
What job did you get out of?
You got straight fucking custody.
So you have to have a master's to do anything in psychology. But I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do in my life. So
you don't know if you're going to finish it or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I minored in studio art as well, so I'm an artist, so I want to pursue that.
Okay, and you said that you were in a relationship or single?
I am single.
So you're single,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, did you say where you're working also? Did you say that?
I'm a leasing agent in an apartment complex.
Okay, nice. Good job.
Fat ass too, respectfully.
Okay, Dottie. Did you did you get a free apartment from doing that job? Sometimes they like give you cheap apartments or free apartments.
Oh, I'm just starting like next week. So,
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was doing a photography job prior to this, but it's a seasonal thing. So now I'm starting this job. So I'm excited. It's a luxury apartment, so hopefully I can get an apartment there. Yeah.
That's the best thing about those jobs. Getting hooked up on rent, especially when rent's crazy right now. What about you? What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status?
My name is Caroline. I'm 26 years old. I am a paralegal. I do kind of risk management work. I am from the DFW area, and I am in a newly found relationship.
In a newly found relationship? How long have you been together?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
How do you know it's official?
When he asked you.
Oh, he did ask you?
Yeah, he actually.
How long
asked
were
me.
y'all talking before it?
Oh gosh, probably like 4 months.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you meet him at?
In the area.
Was it from a friend of a friend or through dating app?
More of like a friend through a friend.
But kind of like or at a club or like
Yeah, out.
y'all were out.
I go out a lot.
Was he friends with any of your friends? Like it was through a friend or no, not at all. It was
No,
just
not
like you
through-
went out and met him.
Just went out.
That's pretty cool. No, I feel like that rarely happens correctly, but congratulations that it worked out for you. What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status? Thank you for coming back, by the way.
Oh, nice to be
You were
here,
fun last
Sergio.
time.
My name is Lilo. I'm 23. I'm a college dropout, and I do pretty much whatever I feel
The fuck
like
wrong
it.
with you?
But right now I am a barista.
You're a barista?
Mhm.
Hey, that's what's up. Is it for like just a regular place or like Starbucks or?
No, I actually.
It's like one of the fancy places?
No, Starbucks probably the fanciest, but I do work for Dunkin' right now. I didn't even know they had food, so it's been pretty cool working.
No, dude, I fucking love Dunkin'. It's the best coffee probably.
And
What?
I'm single.
Yeah, single. And what about you? What's your name, age, education level, what do you do for work, and what's your relationship status?
My name is excuse me. My name is Kashana. I'm 23. I'm from McKinney, and I'm level 3 security, working on level 4. Uh,
Top flight.
What?
uh, and
Relationship status.
F and F. Let's go.
Oh, oh, okay. I know what that means. I'm not allowed to say it, but I know what it means. But so like, what? So what's your job though? I'm confused. Like, what do you mean?
Level 3, you're licensed to carry, basically.
Okay.
It's like, level 4 is bodyguard, but professional wise, it's called personal security, and level 4 is where the money's at.
Okay, so you're allowed to do both. You can do 3 and 4.
Yeah.
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 I mean, because 4 you can carry, so it's just kind of like level 3, but you're doing it for somebody like a celebrity.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
How long have you been doing that? You don't look like a security person. I'm just surprised.
Thank you. I get that a lot. I like to confuse people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all about looks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just really
But
surprised.
I like being nosy, so it's a good fit to get paid and be nosy because all you do is report.
Okay.
So
No.
but I've been doing that for like almost 2 years now.
So you're a professional snitch.
Never a snitch. I'm not 12, baby. Never.
Okay.
You originally from Dallas?
I'm from McKinney.
Oh, okay.
McKinney. I don't know. Sounds pretty snitchish to me. I
Okay,
don't like that
all,
town.
hold on. I'm a different breed. Let's just say that.
Okay.
I'm molded different, baby.
I'm just messing with you.
I was asking because the accent. That's why I asked. So
yeah, you do got a deep accent.
A lot of people say that, but I'm really from McKinney, so.
No. So to start off, guys, there is a theme for tonight, but just to start off, I wanted to ask a question around the panel just really quick, because sometimes people don't know about what this show's about, or like, what purple pill is, like why I named it, stuff like that. So just really quick, I want to ask, do you know what the red pill space is online, or like what the whole red versus blue pill stuff is?
Somewhat, but please elaborate.
You don't know anything about it? Here, I'll go around the table first before I elaborate. Do you know anything about it?
No.
Never heard of anything? What about you?
It's like the difference between like a fuck boy and a good boy, something like that, right?
A fuck boy and a good boy. I wish. Hey, what's up, Live Love Plan? What's up? What do you think? Have you ever heard of that online, like the red pill, blue pill, none of that bullshit? Yeah. So this is something that's more popular, ladies, in the men's space. It's very much women are not in it. There's some women that are in it. They're called tradcons, or they're called just women that are very traditionally conservative usually, and like Live Love Plan, she's actually a very conservative like woman. She's married, and she's she lives a very traditional lifestyle. So I started this show because in the red pill space there wasn't any space for women. They didn't want a lot of women to learn about a lot of these facts that they were teaching to a lot of men. It's called the red pill because if you watch the movie The Matrix, when you take the red pill, you're awakened to the truth of the world, the reality. And it's actually really horrible, like the truth of the world, like they're like having to eat fucking out of tubes and shit. Like it's like a horrible living situation, but it's the truth. It's like what is real, and once you're freed, it's and the longer you're trapped, sometimes it's harder to be freed. Once you're freed, it's kind of hard to want to go back, and so they call it red pilling somebody, and it's just knowing the truth about reality. Because if we read a lot of books about evolutionary psychology, if we read a lot of books about or just different statistics about how men and women are, we start learning like, wow, Disney lied to me, like my parents lied to me, like the Bible lied to me. Like we thought that it was all like this, but in reality, it's actually like this. Like women actually say they say they like this, but they fuck this, and it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. And then guys say that they want women to do this, but then they fuck this, and it's like, oh, this is so confusing. Why? And there's reasons behind all of it. There's stats and there's reasons why all of it. And really, the Bible is here to give us the best prescription possible for certain situations, because they just found out the prescription thousands of years ago, and we're finding out today that, well, shit, some of those prescriptions are the best prescriptions today also. We weren't even that off from it back then. We were actually pretty fucking smart 4,000 years ago. But yeah, that's what the red pill is. The red pill is just it's just trying to see the truth of reality, and that's what we're going to talk about a lot on the show. I call this Purple Pill Pod because I'm like right in the middle. Purple pill is considered what I call it as being red pilled, but still choosing to be in a relationship, Because what you'll find out also in this space with a lot of the men is they're not very relationship people. They know the truth about women's nature and they know the truth about themselves, and they're like, you know what? It's better to just stay single. It's better to not get married. It's better to just not be in relationships at all because women are hard to be in relationships with today. So a lot of them are giving up on them, and I have a hard stance against it. That they want us to be single because they make more money off of us being single. If the powers that be wanted everybody to be single and made more people single, we're going to spend more money on bullshit and living in the moment. We're not going to save for the future and save for our kids and buy houses. And that's what they want. They want us relying off them and paying rent. And so if we all fight against this, if I start this show and I teach women how to get into relationships and I teach men how to get in relationships, we can push the tides back. That's the whole point of why I do this show. Y'all might have heard of Fresh and Fit, Just Pearly Things. There's like a few other shows out there, and they do the same thing with women, but they don't want the women to really learn this stuff. They just want to make fun of them and make them look stupid. I actually want y'all to learn some of this shit. So I hope if anything happens tonight, y'all take away some of these facts that we're going to talk about. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with the fucking show. Do you have a response to that? Did you know anything about this? No.
No, I did not. No.
Did you know anything about what I just said, or are you just like, what the fuck? I had no idea about any of this.
It made sense.
Makes sense that guys are kind of becoming super logical right now about shit.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
So you explained what the whole red pill is. Then what technically is the blue pill? Is that imaginary?
The blue pill betas. So they're just
that's why I got confused.
They're just like the norm. They're just the normies. It's everybody that doesn't want to wake up to reality, doesn't want to know true human nature, wants to just think everything's hunky dory. Women are perfect little princesses, and all men are supposed to be great men that don't sleep around. Like there's just a lot of expectation of society that doesn't. It's not realistic. And that's all this is. Like everything that we're going to talk about tonight, it's just being realistic. Like it's all, I have a 3-year-old daughter, and it's all stuff that I'm going to have to talk to her about, because I'm not going to sit there and let her run around and, just think, why did this happen? Oh no, we're going to talk about why those things happen and like what makes them happen. So then to discern how to make sure they don't happen.
Does that not make blue pill boys good boys?
No, they're definitely not good boys. Okay. They're just stupid. They're just completely ignorant. Y'all gotta understand. Most guys, y'all are very, very socially calibrated by the age of 25, 26-ish. Guys are not, because a guy. Think about how many men approached y'all from the age of 15 to 25. Just think about it. Think about how many social interactions you had, and you had to learn how to tell by his facial expressions what kind of guy he was. You had to learn if he was going to finesse you, if he was a rapist. Y'all have to learn really quick social skills, and y'all are already hardwired to be amazing with social skills. So not only are y'all hardwired better than us at being social, but you also get a plethora of experience in it also by the age of 25. Whereas what are these dorks doing today? They're playing video games at their mom's house until 25, and they're barely going outside. It's most of them. 33% of men are virgins and or haven't had sex this year in between the age of 18 to 30. And y'all don't even know that because y'all don't see these guys. They're basically fucking invisible, especially if they live in their mom's basement or something. Or if they work at Walmart stocking the shelves. Like, y'all don't see those people. Nobody's going to see them. But yeah, you definitely don't want to be a blue pill guy. I would say a blue pill guy is just a guy that's inexperienced. Like I was natural. So like a lot of guys read books on this shit. There's a guy named Rollo Tomasi who wrote a book called The Rational Male, and that's what most of these guys. It's called the Bible of this stuff, like the Red Pill Bible, because that's like the first book most of these guys read to learn this stuff. I never read a book on this shit. It really actually the reason why I got into this was because there were so many guys giving advice, but it was all book advice. It was all no experience, and it pissed me off a lot because I've always had tons of women that were friends. I've always had plenty of relationships. I'm a successful business owner by the time I was only 32. There's a lot of things that I did that was way different from all these guys writing these books and shit like that, and I disagreed with them. And so whenever I got into this, it was just proving that you can learn more about women from spending time with them than reading books about them. And this is why like there's a lot of guys today that suck with women, because they're having to learn about them through a book instead of actually living in the real world. Kind of sucks. Did anybody else have a question? Did you have a question? Or you have a question about red pill? No? We'll just go right to the subject then. Guys, tonight is about who is more happy, men or women today. We'll just start off straight up with that question. We'll start with you on this one. Do you think men or women are happy today? Like if we could look at a stat and just see happiness levels, who do you think would be the happiest?
I would have to say women. I mean, Only say that because all you hear about is women starting to be independent from like, past relationships or whatever.
Yeah, they're very free right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, they're
women are
free.
super free. Yeah, yeah, I would agree. What do you think? Who's more happy?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know? Come on. You're like, I'm depressed. It can't be women. I'm just kidding.
No, I just feel like, I mean, I can understand where she's coming from as far as women being free, but then I'm like, are we really free in a sense, or is it because we're free to do these things because we in a way have to do these things that it appears that we're happy?
Oh, like it's an illusion, just like how like all of us being slaves to the dollar. Like, are we really free, or are we just slaves that just feed and house our own self?
And I feel like men probably are happy in some sense because, yeah, as we talk, it's like, yeah, a lot of men, like you said, that we don't see. It's not like we have to see them. They can see that shit for free or pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Nope, for sure. What do you think? Who do you think's more happy?
I think women are more happier. Like I think generally we're more happier. Because men, I feel like for a long period of men's life, they feel like they have to work and get money and do all these extra things. And I feel like we can work and we can get our money and be happy and be by ourselves also. But I just feel like men, they have to work a little.
A little harder.
They feel like they have to work a little harder.
Yeah.
So they're not as happy with life.
Yeah, because they're like, this is unfair, kind of.
Not even unfair. It's just a generalization of men.
I would definitely
work.
tell you, as somebody that coaches a lot of guys, there's a lot of men that definitely think it's unfair. There's a lot of guys that definitely feel like they're getting the shit on his dick, and I have to tell them to shut the fuck up and stop being a pussy, because that's the fucking world and that's reality. Like, it's really stupid how many guys play victim today, but it's because they were raised in single mother households, or they sit there and are raised in a fucking a gynocentric society that says to act that way. It's really fucked up. A lot of guys are pussies right now. What do you think? Do you think men or women are happy right now? Which one's more happy right now?
I personally think that gender is a construct, and I don't really think that gender has a determination of whether you're happy or not. I think it has more to do with like how society affects us as genders, and they kind of separate us. So as you're saying, like women, you were saying earlier that like women are happier because we're more independent. Well, there's a lot of other areas in life that like the patriarchy is still like super high up. Like there's still a pay gap between men and women today.
Oh, really? There's a pay gap?
Yeah.
Have you
There's a wage
actually
gap.
researched the pay gap before?
Yes.
Really? Can you
And
prove it to me? Can you prove to me that there's a wage gap?
there's literal
No, like there's actually no proof of it. Like I can actually show you time and time again that it's really because women don't go into certain jobs. They choose
because they're
this.
discriminated against. In
No, trust me,
STEM
women
and
don't want to
other-
go clean sewers. Women don't want to become plumbers. It's not because of that. They don't want to do those jobs. And we've given them plenty of access to certain things like that, and they still don't do them. The wage gap is a complete farce. It's not even true at all. And then you just brought up gender constructs. Okay, so do you think that we are influenced mostly by our environment or by our genetics? Like if you had to say, what it was, do you think it's 50-50? Do you think that environment influences you the most or genetics influences you the most? Like which one would you say it is?
Well, now you're bringing up gender or nurture versus nature.
Yeah, exactly.
technically.
That's what.
So,
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly what I'm bringing up.
That's like a whole other.
No, it's not. This is actually perfectly in line. I'm bringing it back to that because we're going to peel layers back to exactly why you think like why you think that gender is just a construct. We're about to prove why. Tell me why. Like which one is it? Do you think it's 50%, 70-30? Like what do you think it is?
I think you're innately who you are. So your genetics do have an effect on who you are, but your environment has so much of an influence on who you are today.
Can you give me a percentage of what you think it is, though? Like, how much of your life do you think is determined by your genetics, and how much of your life do you think is determined by your environment and what you experience?
Well, think of this.
Because if gender is a construct, it would be 100% your environment. If gender was a complete construct, that it was just completely made by what's going on, it would be...
So... You're saying, so gender is a construct because it's a social construct.
This goes back to the whole gender versus sex thing, and I don't play those games. Like, there's only male and female.
Different.
No, there's only male and female. See, that's what I'm trying to bring back to.
Well,
you're trying to change. See, this is the problem today. Is a lot of people trying to change what gender is, and gender isn't like it's not that. It's definitely just male and female. There's no such thing as all these different things.
If you actually, I literally study psychology.
I'm
And
not
we took-
surprised. And 85%
and
of
we-
psychology is literally made by women today. So that's why it's so fucked up. Yeah, I know. Like
most
85% of the graduates
most
are them.
philosophers are men. Freud, Carl like
Yeah, young,
Carl
yeah. Well, guess
Like, I
what?
don't-
Guess
most of
what?
those
Why is
philosophies are
85%?
made by men.
Why are 85% of graduates women right now? Why are
because
the teachers
women are taking the
90% women?
opportunity to educate themselves that they didn't
No,
have that opportunity.
it's because the whole college
back
system
then
has
because of the
completely.
patriarchy.
No, it's because the whole psychology system has completely become feminized. Everything that I talk about on the show goes back to Dr. David Buss. You know what? Nobody will go debate him down in Austin, Texas on his evolution psychology shit. There's tons of women at all these other colleges that get other professors fired for talking about the same shit, but because he's at Austin, Texas, he doesn't get fired, and nobody goes and debates him. None of these other women evolutionist psychologists will go and debate him on any of these things because they know they're wrong. Nobody disagrees with him on any of this stuff. He is literally one of the biggest experts in this. Dr. Hector Garcia. There's a lot of people who are really big in the space. There's even women that are huge in this space. Read the book Hormonal. Like everything that I talk about, it's not like I'm sitting here being biased and just men or everything. The problem is that you really think that environment influences people a lot because
it does.
No, it does, but not nearly as much as you think it does. Your genetics is 60%. Your environment is 40%.
Where
It's
are you getting
30%.
these statistics?
Well, I'll have to pull that one up for you.
Yeah, I would like
No,
to see
well, that's from
statistics. Where are you
Hector.
getting this
That's from Hector Garcia.
Because it's still a debate today in psychology. There is no right or wrong answer whether nurture or nature is. That's a whole debate between Freud and every other scientist.
So are men and women?
Because
So this all goes back to one thing usually: blank slating. Okay, do you think men and women are the same or different?
they're different.
They're different, like completely different, right?
Well, because you're different because of social constructs. You're different because of hormones.
I'm saying
You're different because
I'm saying if we didn't have social constructs, if we all woke up in a fucking world that's just all white around us, okay, just a weird scientific program or something. If we just woke up in there and we were raised as a baby in a white bubble, we weren't influenced by anything, okay? Do you think that we would be equal? Do you think men and women would be the same? We would think the same. We would love the same. We would we would do everything the same.
No, because you still have emotions and you have hormones. See, where you're getting it mixed up is you're saying there's only two genders. There's a difference. Gender and sex are not the same thing. It's
this
actually
is the problem today,
scientifically
is that people
proven
try
that
to say stuff
sex
like this.
Is
Okay,
your
hold on, wait,
genitalia.
wait. Okay,
And then
you said gender and sex are not the same.
They're not the same thing.
So please elaborate.
So technically, in science, sex and gender aren't the same thing. Gender is a social construct placed on people by society. But sex is what your actual organs are. It's like what your hormones and what your organs are. So I'm sex as a female and male, and all those. That's real.
Basically, I can call myself a woman right now because my gender is female now. I just decided, guys, I'm a female. Everybody, it's like that. Like that. That's what gender is. That's what gender is.
That can be.
That is what gender is, guys.
And a male.
Yeah, seahorses. They're males. The males carry the babies.
Like okay, we're talking about humans though.
Okay.
Like we're talking about and how we're wired. Like, and no, it's crazy. If here, I'll just ask really quick. If your boyfriend cheated on you or your husband cheated on you, what's the first thing that you would ask? Like, what's the first thing that you're thinking? Like, what would you want to ask him after he cheated on you?
Well, I feel like it depends on the circumstances.
I'm just saying in general. I'm going to bring it back to a study of what mostly women say, but just tell me what you think. It's just to see if anybody else pairs up with the study.
Okay, so ask the question again, please.
Like if your husband cheated on you, what's the first thing you would want to ask him?
I mean, I think why?
Why?
Is the big question that everyone asks.
Why? Okay.
Yeah.
What would you want to ask? Why?
It would be why.
Why? What would you want to ask?
Were you protected?
Were you protected? That's your first thing you're thinking about?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That part. And I would say why.
Why? Okay. What do you think guys think? Do you think it's the same?
Like when they ask why we
So
cheat
guys,
on
so
them?
they did study and they asked trans men, gay men, straight men, all men this. And when a woman cheats on a guy, the first thing the guy wants to ask is, did you fuck him? That's what guys care about. Did you fuck him? When they asked women the same question, lesbian, trans women, straight women, all women, the grand majority said, do you love her? And it's because y'all, whenever a guy cheats, y'all have a loss of investment. You have time and love invested in that guy, and that's what y'all are thinking about losing. Whereas a guy, we're scared about your sexual loyalty to us. We're worried about if that child is going to be ours if you became pregnant. So that's why we care about, did you fuck him? And women care about, do you love him or do you love her? That's why that just goes to show how completely different men. Well, yeah, because you're trying to sit here and say that like there's such thing as gender, like all these different pronouns and all this shit. I bet that you believe, and it's all bullshit. Like men and women are completely different, and we can see directly with studies that we are completely fucking different. Like it doesn't even make sense.
In psychology, it is known that the human race is more alike than we are different. It's actually true that you're more alike.
Why are our
people,
cells different in our mother's womb?
The thing that's convenient is that a lot of people think that they're alone in things, that they're so different than everyone else, and that's what makes them feel like they're estranged from other people. But you actually are more alike than you are different.
Why are the cells? Why can they literally look at the cells in our body whenever we're in our mother's womb? Like when you're first being formed, they can already tell the difference between a male and a woman by looking at the cells.
That's sex.
No,
it
has no. It's because we are so different. Because we're being because we're
it's
created
actual
that
science. Like it's actual science.
Yeah, and what I'm saying though is that
Anatomy.
gender, like everything that you say is just completely farce though. Like there's no such thing. Like that gender shit is all completely like wrong. Like everything that's doing is just brainwashing children. Do you think that these kids should be like learning this stuff in school?
Yeah.
At what age?
At what age?
At what age? At what age should there be a rainbow flag in the classroom?
You were talking about Disney earlier.
Yeah.
At Disney, you were brainwashed from a young age that you had to have your Prince Charming, and that you had to kiss the frog to become a princess, and that you had to you are trained all that stuff. It's like that's a social construct. That's
our
the same
environment.
thing as gender.
That's our environment.
Your environment. It influences what you think and what you
believe. So it's brainwashing.
But everything. That's what
This is what's so crazy about the left today. They will sit there and justify brainwashing. You were literally justifying.
I'm not justifying that. I'm saying
then
that
what age
I
are they allowed
don't
to do that?
believe in social constructs.
So what?
That's what I'm saying. I agree it's brainwashing. I don't believe in social constructs that women have to do something or that man have to do something. They have to act a certain way, and that women.
It's not about you have to do this or he has to do that. It's about what's best for you, and we can show that it's best.
Who are you to tell anyone what's best for them and what's not?
It's easy. You look at studies and you see who's the happiest people, and then you copy who's the happiest. Like that's how you become successful.
I think that you should live genuinely to yourself and like what you believe.
I mean,
and to be true to yourself, basically.
Yeah, I think you should be true to yourself.
Are we talking about gender equality? Is that what this all is about?
Oh, the whole question was, he said, are men or women more happier today? And I said, that's not even a real
transpired to rainbow flags and social constructs.
Oh, yeah, no, we're allowed to go down rabbit holes.
All I said is I don't think that dignifies if you're happy or not. Like, it's not the right question to ask, I feel like.
Yeah,
well, no, I was like, we just go down rabbit holes. Sometimes the questions go down to all types of other shit. Just because that was the original topic doesn't mean that that's what we were talking about right now. I was digging way deeper to try to figure out how much of a lefty are you. I really want to know, like, how far off are you? That's why I asked you. Like, you wouldn't even answer. You know why you wouldn't even answer that question? Because you know,
question?
like, how old or what grade can they start seeing like the rainbow flags in school?
Well, they teach. Well, what I was saying before is a social construct. Who cares if they see rainbow flags or not?
Don't give me a PC answer. Just give me an answer.
I'm answering you right now. I'd expect you
to
let me answer.
Well, because I asked for a simple age, and you have to give all this nuance.
At the beginning of this, he said, don't interrupt people, let them speak.
Yeah, and I told you also, I'm the host, and I'm an asshole, and I'm going to tell y'all to shut the fuck up sometimes.
I'm a bitch, then. And I'll interrupt you, too.
Okay, get the fuck off, then. Like, you're not going to fucking interrupt me. I don't care. Go, bye.
Don't go.
Right there on the right.
Oh my god.
I really like her.
This has transpired.
I don't like her.
I'd like to take this chance to...
Yeah.
Damn.
No, trust me. I'm not going to let somebody spread your bullshit out here.
Everybody wants the same in life, so what's the hate for? So I feel you. Like,
okay, wait. I don't think she should leave. I don't think.
But here's the thing: she doesn't listen. If she actually wanted to listen and learn, I would love for her to stay. But she doesn't want to listen and learn.
Why am I supposed to learn from you?
Like I told you a rule, and you're like, oh, he says this, yeah. And I told you what I said, didn't I?
You said so men can understand women. Well, you're not letting these women speak.
Because I was digging deep with you. I'm trying to ask other questions. This is hey, who's the host of this podcast? Am I the host or are you the host? Who's the host of the podcast? Who's the host of the podcast? Am I or you? I am. Yeah, exactly. Go. Peace out.
Good night. Oh my god, my anxiety is on 10. I used to think I flare up, but I'm just was not ready for
No.
any of
Hey,
this.
I'm not
Sergio,
playing. What?
before we continue,
I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
Can we take a 5-minute
Absolutely
break?
nobody.
Jesus Christ.
The double champ does what the
Jesus
fuck he
Christ.
wants.
No, thank you. Let me read those super chats real quick.
This is why I needed a drink. This is a book.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No alcohol. I'm sorry. $5 from Dr. Matt. Ladies, do you think your astrology sign affects your personality? Oh, I already know the answer to this one. What do you think? Does your astrology sign affect your personality?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn. What's your does it affect your personality?
I'm sorry. I'm still trying
She
to
got anxiety,
like,
guys.
What the fuck is going on right now?
You've never been here for one of those, huh?
Bro, like,
I've only seen one.
I feel like it can.
It can affect your personality?
Yeah.
What's your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
She's Pisces. What about you? Do you think your astrology sign affects your personality?
No.
Not at all?
No,
you were talking about it before the show.
I know, but like, no, that's just.
It doesn't affect who you are. Like it doesn't make you who you are.
No, I'm true to myself all day, every day. Like I don't need no Aquarius to tell me like I'm different. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's a part of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, you make the sign. The sign doesn't make you, right?
Period. Just like I say for the brand.
That's the best way to put it right there. What's the next one? $5 from Dr. Matt. Is it a social construct that women across all races and nationalities prefer men that are taller than themselves? Is it a social construct that women across all races and nationalities prefer men that are taller than themselves? Yeah, well, that's just really quick. Do you think it's a social construct that women across all races and nationalities prefer men that are taller than them?
Yeah.
You think it's a social construct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
What do you think?
can we define social construct?
A social construct.
We keep talking about it, and I just want to make sure I know what
all it is that your environment influenced you to believe that. Your environment, like the reason what he's asking is the reason why you like tall men is because your mama, your sisters, your friends, your family, everybody around you, your whole life told you tall men was what you like, and that's why you like tall men.
Oh.
So he's asking, is it a social construct? Did you learn from society, or is that hardwired in you to want a taller man?
No, I just like what I like.
You just like what you like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think?
Y'all want the honest opinion?
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm not dating somebody that I gotta bend my knees for. I'm sorry.
Well, is it a social construct though, or is it like
no, like
it's
that's
natural?
Me.
That's
I
just
like,
you.
It's just me. Like
Yeah.
I'm not bending my knees.
Yeah.
I had that happen before, and I didn't want to tell them. So
Yeah.
bad, but.
Yeah, so like the study I was talking about, I was talking about Dr. David Bustaher. Like he showed across 37 cultures, like all the way from like the Netherlands and the Scandinavian countries, all the way to like tribes in New Guinea, they could prove that women like taller men across the board. It doesn't matter what society it was. So we can prove it's not a social construct. It is literally hardwired in you to want a taller man. And that's why she pissed me off so much, because it's like, dude, you really don't understand at all. Like, she doesn't want to believe the facts at all. The facts are we're completely different and we're hardwired. The thing is, we can change the software, but but the hardware stays the same. Like, we have had the same hardware for hundreds of thousands of years. Like, we are borderline chimpanzees still. 99% chimpanzees, actually, by genetic standards. Mm-hmm. So, like, when you look at stuff like that, you realize we're not as smart as we think we are.
Can we all agree that we be feeling stuff at least? Because when y'all was talking, I swear to God, I thought I was going to have to get up because I was like, damn, bro, I feel like I got the bubble guts. But then once everything calmed down, I feel okay. But I was like, oh my God.
She got the bubble guts?
Okay, but I feel object to everything.
Yeah, object to all of it. Yeah, go ahead.
To be honest with you, like real talk, none of this like has anything to do with me, because like I don't go off my environment. I don't go off. I am me.
Okay, well, how did you become you though?
Life, but like not with people telling me. I always stood out because I just no, you're not gonna tell me what's good for me. No, you don't know me. You don't know me. So I've been that the whole time. Like, this doesn't have. I feel like it has nothing to do with me, because to be honest with you, I ain't listen to nobody.
Never.
The environment doesn't change me as a person. I always told everybody as I was young, be true to yourself no matter what. Like, this has nothing to do with me, because I don't have people telling me who to be or how to act. Like,
well, social it's not all about anyone telling you though. It's more
The environment.
environmental.
Yeah, but the environment.
So how do you even become you or realize who you are unless you've been in an environment that you feel the need to either be something else, learn to do something else, or appreciate yourself other than what you've been surrounded by?
Yeah, like
I just feel like, you know how like you can tell energies, you can feel like, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I'm saying? Like you could tell from just looking at a place that's where you don't want to be at. Like you don't have to put yourself in those predicaments to. Never mind. I don't know. Okay.
I get what you're saying. No,
Yeah.
I get it, but it's definitely you. But you know how like you said like you are who you are though. You know, like even if you're like a perfect person that like tells yourself you never take outside influence from anything or any people, you know, there's still something that you look up. You know, like even when you were a little girl, like when you were 12, 13, 14, 15, like there's certain things that you looked up to, or artists or models or just whoever you looked up to, you know, and like you might have been like, oh, I like that. I'm going to copy, like, I like that hairstyle or I like this, you know. So you're not ever who you really think you are. You're always a combination of a lot of things that you've experienced, like a lot of people, of what you look up to, you know, like you're never truly yourself. Like I actually, I like one of my favorite quotes is it's called "Standing on the Shoulders of Giants." It's what Isaac Newton said whenever he I did I forgot which discovery it was, but he said, you know, like we have to stand on the shoulders. Like he didn't discover that on his own. He stood on the shoulders of giants. He stood on the shoulders of other amazing scientists over 500 years, and that's how he was able to make that equation or figure out like that problem that he was trying to figure out. And that's what we all do today. Like even with my podcast, for me to do everything that I did and make everything that I made and stuff, this was me standing on the shoulders of giants. I had to copy and figure out and look up and see what other people were doing to finally get to this point. The knowledge I have from the books I read and everything like that, all the quotes that I drop and stats, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. I didn't invent any of those things. I didn't run any of those studies. Like I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. And so even you know, you might be, you know, like you're really strong-willed and you're yourself, but you know, give appreciation to whoever influenced you the most, because you might be really strong-willed because of somebody else that was strong-willed and taught you that, you know.
I was taught to be an independent woman. What you mean?
Here, let's actually ask about that. Would you rather be like when you're 40, 45, would you rather be independent, like a strong independent millionaire woman, or a woman with like a family and kids, but y'all aren't millionaires, you know, you're probably like an average family when you're 40, like, so we're gonna say if you're 40, 50, you're like about to have grandkids and stuff, like you're at that point in your life. Would you rather be a millionaire 40, 50-year-old single millionaire woman, or with like a family and kids?
I'll take the family and kids.
You'll take family kids?
Yeah, I'm an only child, so I've always wanted that big family aspect.
And you want to take care of your parents, huh? You gotta give them some grandkids, huh?
I have to.
Yeah, you have to. If you're the only child, you have to. You know.
Have to.
Well, yeah, all your ancestors lived for a long time to get to your ass. You better not fuck up that bloodline.
Only girl too.
You better not fuck up that bloodline. What else you? If you had to choose between those two things, which one do you think you would take?
I have to be alive at 40.
Oh, you're such nihilistic. Come on.
No, my friends will tell you I've been telling them since a kid. I don't want to be alive too long, bro. I'm not trying to be old. No offense, you know. But I'd probably take the millionaire. I got enough brothers and sisters. I'm cool.
Okay. That's so messed up. You know how many people were like starving and living the worst life ever, and you're like, yeah, I just want to die by 40. Fuck it. That's American. That's some American shit right there. First world problems, right? What do you think if you had to choose between those two things? You know, being a millionaire at 40, 45, or having a family at 40, 45, like a bunch of kids and they're having grandkids and shit. Which one would you want?
Like, okay.
I thought this was gonna be easy for you.
Not really, cause like I do want that life with somebody. Okay. I don't want a lot of kids. Okay, so I'll take the millionaire and be 40. I'm gonna be like the brat and have one baby at 40 years old.
One baby at 40 years old.
So you're gonna be with a woman?
But
no,
I'm just playing, bro. I know.
Wait, but why just one?
Because you
don't want more than one.
What if you end up with twins?
Okay, well then that's
get rid of the other one.
Do, but no.
It's a buy one get one free. You just give the other one away, sell it or something, right? No, okay.
I'm sorry. I come from being adopted, and I don't play like So
Okay, I'm sorry for that joke then. No, let me think. Let me go on to this next question, guys. If you could buy one thing to make you happy, what would it be? If you could buy one thing to make you happy, what would it be?
Right now?
Yeah.
Laser hair removal.
Well, we're saying anything. Like I made that question like millions and billions of dollars. Like you could spend anything. What would you spend it on? Don't say laser hair removal.
Laser hair removal.
For real? It's that bad? Is it really that hard to shave like often?
No, it's not even that. It's just like the chore.
It's like wow.
I mean, I could have a lot of things. I kind of have my dream car. You know, everything else is kind of cool. So
you don't want like a big mansion or anything? No? Because
Maybe
you'd be
like
alone in it?
Exactly. And me and
How
my dog would
depressing.
just be exactly.
How
It's
depressing.
Hey, we got Red Pill Crip in the chat, everybody.
Oh, hell yeah. $20. Thank you, bro.
What's
Peace,
happening?
King. Have a great show. I'm about to start up myself. Love from Kansas City. What's up, bro? Everybody go check them out, especially my Facebook people. Y'all got to go check out Red Pill Crip, guys. Come on.
He was on your show, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that episode.
Yeah, he my homie. So yeah, wait, what was the question again?
One thing that I could have that would make me happy.
Yeah. One thing. It could be anything.
Probably a cruise with all my siblings.
A cruise with all your siblings.
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 12, and we're like really separated. So it would just be nice for it to just be us.
That's crazy. You got 12 siblings. Jesus Christ, that's a fun family reunion. What about you?
I guess a big mansion, but with like their own houses, because my mom gave birth to 5 girls. So yeah, they have their own little space, but we all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess.
No, that's a good one.
I like to be around family, but I don't be around family because I don't have time.
I mean, I asked that question. I was honestly expecting like some crazy answers that would cost a lot of money, but I guess it kind of shows that y'all have different things that y'all look up to in life more than, a mansion. Different than me. I probably would have said the fucking mansion,
money
guys.
can't
Just being
make
honest.
you, though.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Money, so, like,
family is really
it was definitely a trick question to see what kind of women y'all were. If you could, can you buy someone's love?
No.
No.
No, I feel like love is unconditional, and I feel like money is a condition.
Okay, so like if you had a guy that was sitting there trying to buy you a bunch of shit, so he couldn't get you to fall in love with him just doing that? No. What do you think? Can somebody buy your love?
It depends. What you paying for? Like, are you gonna pay for this school? You gonna pay for me to like?
Oh, he's paying for everything. He's buying your love. He'll pay for whatever it costs to get you to fall in love with him. But he's a little ugly. He might be 5'6".
We've already talked.
White dude.
Oh my god, I like white boys.
Okay, whatever like Asian. He's 5'6" and he's Asian.
5'6", Asian. They're really smart.
God, what's the worst one? I can't.
Why are you trying to be so horrible?
I'm just trying to make it seem like the worst guy possible. He's gonna buy you whatever you want. He's gonna buy whatever it takes.
My name and trying to put his hands on me. We're good, bro.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah, same. Yeah, y'all just want a provider. That's like actually pretty classy, honestly. I don't know. Hey, every woman's a gold digger. Just some are hiding the shovel more than others.
No, actually, don't put me in that category because I'm not a gold digger. I don't wait for no guy. I'm sorry.
Here,
either you got it, you don't got it.
Here, so I'll explain something to you. I wasn't saying it as an insult, and here's why.
No, I'm not saying like that.
No, just hold on. Every girl has that reaction whenever I bring up the gold digger thing, but I'm explaining to you why though. It's not a big deal. I promise you, it's not a big deal. See, the reason why every woman wants a provider, we're not going to use the gold digger term because it sounds really bad, but y'all want a provider, and the reason why is because for 300,000 years, like as Homo sapiens, like for whenever we were just out in the wild and shit, and you could die if like nobody was there to help you and shit like that. Like you need a man to survive. Back then, you had to make sure you had providers. You had to make sure that you had a guy that had his shit down and he could take care of you in any way, shape, or form. So when women want those things, it's not a bad thing. It's because you're hardwired that way. Because if you would have had a baby, y'all would have both died if you didn't have a provider. So women are super hardwired to want providers, to want a guy that can take care of them in a way. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's actually a good thing. It makes men better. Men would be shitty if they didn't have to.
I actually object.
What do you object? Because you're exception to the rule and you've never been like that?
Like, wait, okay, go.
Was I talking too fast?
Yeah.
Like an exception to the rule. So like say like a majority of women are like that, you might be an exception to the rule. You might be like the opposite, but you're just an exception. Like that's true. Like you may not be hypergamous. Like you may not like to have a provider, but most women do. If I lined up 100 women and I asked 100 women, I would say 90 of them would say they want a guy that can provide for them.
Yeah, as long as I'm making my own money too, because still at the end of the day, I'm not like anything can happen if you in a relationship is what I'm saying. Like I don't want to be one of those people that literally depend on a guy and then a guy up and leave what you got. You know what I'm saying? So like, like I gotta have my end. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really sad. Like you need your independence to take care of yourself and like make sure that if anything happens, you can still take care of yourself, right?
Yeah, cause like
Because guys be flaky like crazy right now.
they're word.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's just like you gotta understand though. Like, have you like how many relationships have you been in?
A lot.
Like you like actual like living with them or like being in like a serious relationship? How many serious relationships would you say you were in?
Okay, so the longest for 2 years. Not to tell my business out, but I was 20 with a 40-year-old man. Yeah, so.
Yeah, but so how many of those did you have though? Like how many relationships like that? Like just a few serious ones?
Recent one was like a year and a half.
And were you the breadwinner in any of these?
Yeah, but
Yeah. How did that work out?
The thing is, like, the guys don't want to do anything anymore. Like, when I mean, they be wanting.
Oh, trust me, girl. It's okay. It's okay. We hear this all the time. Keep going. We know.
I'm just saying, like, in all the relationships before, like, I was always on my shit. I had the car, I had the place, like, I had my own money. Like, I just, like, being with my adoptive mom, she had, like, 5 kids, 3 of her adopted, including me, and 2 more. And she showed me she could do without a man, like, for years because the guy left her. Like, I'm sorry, but I just feel like now the generation of men just kind of full of shit. And that's why women are starting to be more independent, more free, because, like, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know no fuckery shit. I want. Okay, am I like going?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No,
like I do want to build with somebody, but I want to know like if they really down for what what's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna waste my time on those short term type stuff.
So here I can help you out a lot. So the problem today is women have sex with a guy, and when you have sex with somebody, you lose all your leverage, all your power, everything that y'all have that is power, your energy, everything is in your pussy. And when you give it up to somebody early, I'm not kidding. When you give it up to somebody early, you lost all of it. You now have no leverage. Now you can find a good guy, and there's all and here's the thing: on the internet, I have to coach a lot of men and women, and there's a lot of men out here who are like, all women are hoes, all women fucking suck, and I have to teach them, no, bro, it's the women that you talk to. You reap what you sow. You go on these dating apps, you go to these clubs, you go and you experience these places that are nothing but hoes at them, and then you wonder why you ended up fucking a hoe or she screwed you over.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, hold on. Usually the women are in the same boat though. They're usually sleeping with guys that they shouldn't. They have bad discernment. And I'm not sitting here saying it's easy to discern today, because it's not. Guys are finessers and lie and will say whatever they can to get in your pants. So if you don't have a father figure, an uncle, brothers, or anybody there, cousins, to help you discern, you are screwed, because we lie. Women fall in love with their ears, men fall in love with their eyes. That's why women wear makeup and men always lie. You have to be very careful. And like I said, your power's in your pussy. If you close your legs, every guy would have to step up and do whatever the fuck you said. That's and you know that. I know you've experienced some simps that you can control as fuck until you give up the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
That's
sit
why
there.
I got insecurity. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Okay, but yeah, like what were you gonna say though? Do you have a question?
No, I kind of forgot when
Yeah,
you started going.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Here,
it was really good too, because you probably would have said something back about it.
It'll come back in a second. It usually just drops into your head when you're not thinking about it. I want to know now, could y'all sacrifice 3 years of hardships and being very broke with your man? I'm talking very broke. Y'all are eating ramen. Y'all aren't going out on any dates for these 3 years. Y'all aren't going on any vacations for these 3 years. But what y'all are saving and what y'all are building, y'all become millionaires like 5 to 10 years after like all that bullshit.
This sounds like acrimony.
Which one? If you were in a situation like this, would you sacrifice? Could you do it to be with that guy?
I'd really have to love him.
Period.
It's because I've been so used to certain things for a really long time.
Oh yeah.
3 years?
Yeah.
Ramen?
Well, we're not gonna like y'all are still cooking. I'm not gonna say ramen all the time, but like y'all are basically broke to the point where you're just cooking dinners all the time. For lunch, it's gonna be sometimes ramen. Like, definitely no vacations and no going out to dinners. That's what the big thing is.
If I love you, then yeah.
If you
But
love 'em.
if I'm already on the edge with you, and then we coming up on a year and a half of this, I'm gone.
You're gone.
It's a wrap.
No, bro.
What do you think?
That's that.
I feel like I've literally lived this.
Oh, he became a millionaire after too?
No,
I'm just kidding.
it's like she said. Like, I really do like acrimony, and I get where people are like, she was wrong, he was wrong, or whatever your opinion may be. But I feel like a lot does play into that 3 years that I'm waiting for you to, I guess, get it together. Like, yes, I really do love you, but I go through shit too, and it's just a lot that goes into that. So I know I can do it. I've done it, but I don't think I could do it again.
Can't do it again.
Mm-mm.
What do you think?
Okay, I'd have to say this. I can do it. But in the movie Acrimony, he wasn't like helping out at all. Like through it, he wasn't helping her out. Like she was taking care of the
Yeah,
bills.
we're not
and all
gonna
that
say it's like that. We're gonna say like y'all
No, I
both
was-
make $30K a year, and that's what makes it suck.
As
Like
long
y'all both
as I
make
see
no money.
actions,
Yeah.
him helping out and doing what he's supposed to, okay. But I'm not gonna be dry with you
Yeah.
for this long, and you not putting actions towards what we were trying to
Yeah,
make.
yeah, yeah. We're,
You know what I'm
we're
saying?
gonna say this guy's not a bum. You know, like y'all both are very broke, but it's because you're saving money to like buy a gym or something, like start a business,
Okay.
and y'all are sacrificing for a few years. And you see his end goal. He's a good guy that goes. He doesn't play video games all the time. Like he's going to the gym every day. Like he's on his shit. It's just y'all got 3 years to wait before the money starts coming in.
Okay,
You know?
well, as long as he's on his
If he's
shit,
on
then
it,
we can wait.
yeah.
But other than that, no, I'm not tolerating.
Okay. No, like I think that's a good test sometimes. Like I would honestly like you. I think you know this. I tell women a lot to wait at the finish line. Like don't sit there and try to play build a man because you lose most of the time. But if you can do it with the right guy, if you can somehow discern and get you a unicorn, it definitely works sometimes. And that guy will probably keep you around forever because you built with him from the fucking start, like a career, a whole like business. You know.
But I feel like there has to be grace, forgiveness, and understanding in a lot of areas. And I don't know. Some people don't like to accept that we have childhood traumas. I know I do. It took me a long time to actually be really self-aware and work through some of my childhood trauma. So I know that's why I said the 3 years can be iffy. It's not really all his fault. It can really be mine. And that's where it's like,
it's more about how healthy are you to be able to do it.
to
Yeah.
deal with that.
Yeah.
And you just have to be able to work together through hell and back, high waters, all that.
Yeah. And no, what's crazy is I've had so many women say stuff like this, you know, like you're so accountable, but even being accountable, you're like, I'm still scared to do certain things though. Like I don't trust myself. And it's weird because like guys aren't the same though. Like a lot of guys will like trust themselves, no, like they'll hold themselves accountable and be like, you know what, I'll trust myself to like fix these issues. But women are sometimes so accountable of like their flaws, they'll be like, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to fix this ever. But I don't think you should think that way. I think you should think
It's
more
not,
like
I
a
don't think
guy and like I can
fix
fix anything.
it. There's just one person in particular that I could say, like, when it comes to him, I really have no self-control. Like, it's all emotion, little logic. And I'd be like, yeah, I think I have a lot of self-work to do. Because when you come around, it's like, ah! And then it's like, we have all these problems and these issues because it's like, I can never just sit down and logically go through the motions with you. And then men who say, I'm not emotional, I'm rah, 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 they can actually be very emotional at times. It's just a different way of action. They go about it. So it's just a lot that goes into that.
Well, yeah, no, you just shouldn't be emotional. Guys just should try to be as stoic as possible. You know, it's hard though. It's just like you get dragged into it. It's like a fucking, it's like a mosh pit. Like you'll be fucking chilling, and then all of a sudden you're just pulled into that shit, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm being emotional like you now because you pulled me into this shit. Like it, like the girl, the girl is like you're supposed to be the rock on the side of the ocean that the woman's emotional waves crash over. Because like she should be as emotional as fuck and it just spills over you and doesn't change you. But the problem is like sometimes in relationships and fights and stuff that happens and the guy cracks. and he becomes just as emotional as he falls with the wave. And then when that happens, that's how abuse happens. That's how bad shit happens, you know? We have to understand, like masculine men need to understand that all women are going to shit test you. All women are going to, especially in times when you have provisioning issues or any type of just confidence issues that's going on, money, just anything like that. It's going to cause the things to be brought up, and when those things are brought up, your ability to pass the shit test determines how much of a man you are. If you can just sit there and just let her do whatever the fuck she does and crash over you and doesn't affect you at all, you are loved and respected, and you probably get pussy that night. Yeah, it's fucked up. I actually want to bring up what Jazzy had said. Jazzy Popper, father figures do a lot worse than good nowadays. I wanted to ask something that kind of goes along with that, Jazzy. Ladies, if you were married to a guy for 10 years, you have kids with them, y'all's whole life, you've been together for 10 years, would you divorce him for cheating on you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No, I'll be honest with him and tell him I'll go fuck somebody and tell him who he is, location, everything, and then we'll be good.
Okay.
And we'll start from fresh.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta ask though. Do you think that like cheating for a man and woman is the same? Like, do you think that like when you cheat, it feels the same as like when he cheats, kind of?
No, okay. Guys get butt hurt when you do them dirty. When you do them dirty, they get butt hurt. I be like, shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done
Why
it.
do you think they get butthurt? Do you have like a theory of why?
Like, your girl fine as fuck and she fucking somebody else because your dumb ass wanna fuck it up by doing some dumb shit when you no need to do that dumb shit. If you gonna do what you gonna do, at least tell me before ahead of time so I can prepare myself, or I can break it off at you. Go do you, but I'm not with it.
Why do you think women care less? Like, why do you think that whenever you just heard that, you're just like, fuck it, just tell me so I can just go fucking up? Like, why do you think you don't go crazy? You're not like, oh my god, like why do you think women act that way and men act the other way?
Because I used to do it and I used to care and I used to cry about guys, but I refuse to do it.
Yeah,
like there's more fish in the sea. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I'm young with no kids, so baby.
Yeah, so like studies show after 20 bodies, you really don't have the same feelings for sex at all. Like after, even after 5 and 10, but the real line is at like 20, like where like you really just stop feeling shit basically, like emotions wise and stuff like that. And but the thing is, like whenever you said that, like that you would just go do the same thing. Men and women aren't the same. Like when a man cheats, it's like taking a piss. And the reason why he gets really mad is because we really give a fuck about sexual loyalty, because what were we talking about earlier? For 300,000 years, we couldn't tell if the baby was ours or not. There was no birth test. There was nothing to find out if that DNA was mine or not. So that's why we really give a fuck about sexual loyalty. And the reason why, hold on one second. And the reason why women don't give a fuck about it is because for thousands of years, there's been kings and sultans and all types of high value guys that had like tons of women. The guy who had the most kids, 777. Like there's definitely a huge difference between men and women sleeping around. I can already tell that you're the type of woman where you think, oh, it's the same, like I can sleep around just as much and I can do this. Not at all. You lose a lot of value when you sleep around. A guy gains value when he sleeps around. We're complete opposites.
First of all, I don't gotta sleep around. I said one person. And if it's that one person, it's probably like an ex or it's probably somebody in my past. But it's just like a one-time thing. It's like,
But you were saying earlier that like you kind of have like no emotion behind it, and like you kind of agreed when I told you it's because usually it takes high body count to get to that point.
And I don't think so. When you're sick of it,
I'm just confused because you were nodding yes to that a second ago.
Okay. What am I saying?
I was just confused because you were nodding. You're like, yeah, you definitely stopped caring, after that much, And so that's what I was saying.
I didn't even catch myself. But no, I don't even have a high body count because you fucking the same person from your past don't count. That's the same person.
Yeah, no, I
don't have a big one, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel it is the same. Why the fuck y'all say y'all got sexual? Wait, what?
Wait, hold on. I'll ask this really quick. Does body count matter?
For women or just for men?
Yeah.
For women. We're gonna say just women.
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Do you think it matters?
Of course.
Do you think it matters?
It does matter.
It does matter. Okay.
It does matter.
Okay.
It does matter, but that doesn't mean I'm just going out and fucking everybody. The hell?
No,
That's how you get.
Well, I mean, you just proved my point. It does matter though. Like it does
Yeah.
matter if a woman sleeps
Okay,
around.
yeah.
And so even if you like, and when you cheat, it's completely different because when women cheat, she's fully checked out. Like you understand, for a woman to cheat, unless she has 20, 30, 40 bodies and she's lost emotion from sex, most women, when they go cheat, they emotionally cheated before they even went fuck that guy. She was texting him. She was building up that she already was
rapport.
detached from the other guy. She's already building up attachment with the other person.
It doesn't
And
matter what y'all be doing. What do guys do?
That's
Guys
why,
do it too.
that's why I'm explaining to you. We're completely different things. A guy can go and fuck another woman and come home and still protect and provide and take care of his kids and his family, and it doesn't change anything, okay? When a woman does it, though, she literally doesn't give a fuck about her family anymore. She's literally does not want to be with that husband anymore. She doesn't want to live with him anymore. She's done with the relationship.
I don't know who you speaking on, but no, not every woman is like that. We are all.
We can prove it. Like we can literally
And
prove
how
that
you
that's
gonna
how
prove
women
that?
cheat, because there's two different types of cheating strategies for women. This shout out to Dr. David Buss. There's mate switching strategy and there's dual mating strategy. Okay, dual mating strategy is where a woman will go and fuck like the pool boy or like fuck some dude while her husband's working or something like that, and she gets his children. Like she wants his genetics to have like his children. This is up to 1% of the American children that are born every year is born out. Like it's like 22,000 kids are born this way a year, where the guy isn't even the father. Like there's another guy that's the father and he's sitting there taking care of her and all this shit, and really she has another guy's genetics. That's a 1% thing that happens sometimes. But the most that women cheat, it's called mate switching strategy. So when a guy is abusive, when he's lost his job, when he's just not that guy anymore, he doesn't go to the gym or he's getting fat or something like that, and the woman's tired of him, she'll mate switch. She goes and sleeps with another guy, and because she was trying to get out of that abusive or shitty relationship or whatever the fuck it is, and she'll go and sleep with another guy and start emotions with that other person so she can get out of her relationship. Men don't cheat the same. Men cheat for access of variety. It's way different.
Well, I don't do that because I need to heal, first of all, from the person that's putting me through it.
Mm-hmm.
And what do young boys say? Why get out of a relationship that didn't work just to get into another relationship that it's the same thing?
Literally. And yeah, and that's what we teach a lot. Like if most men cheat today, why would you leave the guy who cheated on you just to go to another guy that's gonna do the same fucking thing to you? It's better to just stay with the first guy.
Like that person probably wasn't like no. Okay.
You're gonna learn from what I talk about on the show a lot. There's only 5 to 10% of men that sleep around. Because remember what I said earlier, 33% of men between 18 and 30 aren't having sex. So the way that it works for guys is there's a lot of women having sex, and then there's very few guys having sex, and a lot of guys that don't get any sex.
I really don't believe that because
I can prove it. I can literally prove it.
Okay.
I can literally prove it. And even on dating apps, women only swipe right on the top 4.5% men. So
I just feel like men are dogs. But anyways.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Men are dogs,
like, you know,
but there's also a thing between what you're feeling.
Yeah, and women are also women are also hypergamous. Like men are dogs. Men like to fuck as much as they can. Men will lie to get sex. The top 10% of men will keep fucking every girl they fucking can, and you can't cry about it. But I'm also not gonna cry about women being hypergamous and wanting a guy who makes more money than them. Like it's just like that's the reality of the world.
I'm just saying, not every woman is the same. Some girls, after a bad relationship, they work on themselves and they're not thinking about, like, you kind of, not every woman is like that type.
Well, yeah, definitely.
But I'm not gonna lie, you do me dirty, I'm gonna do you good one time. I know that's wrong to say, but like, you didn't give a fuck how I feel. Why should I?
So
give
he's
a
saying
but that's only
that,
to the guy. But I'm not gonna neglect my kids if we have kids and stuff.
Okay, but how do you get to
you
that
are
point?
neglecting your
That's
kids
what
because
he's
when you
trying
go and
to-
cheat, it's way different than when he went and cheated. So when you go and do it, you are definitely destroying the relationship. You are definitely. Whereas like you actually can get over him going and fucking another girl. Women have done it for thousands of years. Okay,
But I'm not
so
gonna
you
go
can definitely
right
get
then
over
and
it.
there.
Guys aren't
I'm
gonna
not
get
going-
over it. Guys won't get over it. You will break your family apart because you do that shit.
I know, but I'm saying, okay, well then I'm gonna break this off what we got, and we're gonna have to co-parent. But I'm not finna. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna be second to nobody. You either want me or you don't, but you're not finna go fuck and do something else like while we're together. I'm sorry, and I'm not with it.
It's just being vengeful, but all you show is that you're just vengeful though. Like whenever somebody like
Not
cheats
really.
on you and then you go and do the same thing, you just show you're vengeful. Like you know that there's a lot of women out here that when that happens to them, their first reaction isn't to go cheat, like to go do or to hit
their lick back.
to get their lick back. Like you know how much of like I don't know how to describe it. That's just very unattractive. Like if anybody knew that about you, they like a guy would never want to get married to you. Then a guy would never want to like have children with somebody who has vengeful tendencies like that.
I only did that one time to my ex because he left me for his baby mama after he said he wouldn't. Okay. Secondly, I don't do that to any of them. And if I call up any of my niggas, they all want you could say whatever because you don't know me, but I'm not revengeful. I only did that once because why would you do that to me after
you may not be vengeful, but you
I'm
just said
saying,
that if something happened to you hypothetically, your first reaction was, I would go get my lick back. So I'm just saying what you said.
You know how you could say you could think it, and sometimes you don't even do it. But I'm just saying, I only did it one time, and that was to my ex. Because you're not gonna go to your baby mama and come back to me.
But bro, you can't at the same time, like friend wise too. If you get in a relationship with any man that has kids, if we're already playing second fiddle for one, and for two, he already has kids with this woman. Evidently, a man that chooses to want to impregnate a woman, unless he's just a dumb nut, did that purposefully. You understand? So therefore, there's always a great chance that there will be a connection. He will go back to her, or she's like plain up and simple. Even after the kid is 18, she's always going to be around. You set yourself up for that.
Okay, so basically, I don't really care if you go. Okay, that's fine. But to be honest with you, I'm gonna be a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it gangster. I'm gonna keep it G with everybody. When I die, everybody gonna say I'm real. Okay, I want that nigga to tell me to my face, not on no sneaky shit. When people do sneaky shit, I'm not gonna lie. That's how I used to be. But I believe in karma, and I caught my little karma and stuff. So I don't do that stuff anymore. But I'm just saying, like, don't play, like, bro, you know.
Karma's supposed to naturally happen. You're not supposed to force it.
So if you're taking it like a G, then it shouldn't have been made you upset.
Because that you just made your karma happen after you did that, and made your life harder because you went and did revenge. Like, it's like that's not how karma works. Karma works by, like, he did that, and then you go and you walk away and you go be a peaceful, good person, and you let his karma get and then he gets cheated on or something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I had to learn that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I learned from, doing that. I only did that one time.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
I gotta ask really quick.
At the end of the day, I'm still a faithful ass woman. I'm not gonna cheat on no man, so don't cheat on me. I don't give a fuck what y'all say.
Yeah.
And period.
Yeah. No, I
because I don't cheat on guys. I don't care. If I like you, I like you. I'm gonna be a buck with you, keep it G. We're gonna keep it faithful and all that good stuff.
So would you say, like, faithful is like a traditional kind of trait? Like people that are traditional, like, try to do stuff like this?
No.
Like, it's a very traditional thing to be loyal to each other and not cheat, and, like, it's like what traditionally conservative people would want.
That is, but, like, I don't.
Well, I was just wondering, like, do you think you're very traditional? Because, like, most guys would probably say that you're not you don't look very traditional, you don't talk very traditional and all that stuff, but you're expecting him to be a traditional man and, like, not cheat on you and, like, not do all this stuff. And, like, the thing is, I would actually argue that a lot of guys will be honest with you. You were saying you just want them to be honest. A lot of guys will be honest with you about it. It's just when you say stuff like, I'm gonna go get my lick back, then he's not, like, why would he be honest with you?
Who gonna tell you they're gonna get their lick back? Just like, okay, that sounds really bad. I only did that one time. I swear and bullshit you not. Like, I really am faithful, y'all. I'm making myself sound bad, but I'm not. Like,
she's like, hold on, the cameras are watching.
No, I got it. If I call up any of my exes, they'll literally tell you she is faithful. She does. Like, I don't do shit while being with a guy. Like, I don't. I mean, there's niggas that hit me up and whatever. I might open it, but I don't be like, like, trying to meet up or, like, like, I have boundaries. Like, I can respect my guy, but I was going through a relationship where he was texting females, but, like, wanting to link up and, like, and I just feel like, why get mad at the woman when you doing it? Like, that's not fair. It doesn't matter.
Well, the biggest red flag is that if y'all women love to be with guys that be chasing a bunch of other girls, like simping, honestly. Like, simping to me is just texting other girls, like giving them money, energy, attention, and time. I don't give women my money, energy, attention, time. I have shit that I have to put my energy, attention, and time to. I'm not giving it to women. I have one girl. I never chase women, and guys on their purpose, guys on their shit, don't chase women. So, like, if y'all ever even see a guy who chases women all the time, he's a red flag. And if y'all choose those, it's a discernment issue. You gotta discern about those people.
Maybe because some people nowadays, what people love to do is literally be fake for so long, hide their true colors for so long, to where you can't even detect it until it's too late. And I say that because I've dealt with people who I knew for years and years and years and years, and they just...
What's my favorite quote I always say on the show, everybody? Men lie. How many times do I
I'm
gotta
not even
say
talking
it?
about. Okay, I ain't even talking about men, but I'm just saying though, like,
No, I'm
some
talking about men. I'm talking about all of them in general. All men lie. Get it in your
But
head. And here's the problem is that y'all don't ask the right question. You want to know what's really fucked up?
No,
Is it comes down to the questions you ask. Because the thing is, they can lie all day long, but if you just ask the right questions, sometimes you could figure out that they're lying. But women don't even want to ask those questions. You want to go along with the fantasy of whatever he's doing for you. And this happens all the time today. And then you play victim afterwards. It's like, oh, he's such a liar. It's like, no, he was doing what he naturally is meant to do, which is lie to get vagina as much as he can. And then you weren't asking the right questions. Women, it's always a woman's fault. It's always your own discernment's fault anytime this shit happens to you. If you ever get dickmatized, if you ever are fucking with the wrong dude, it is your fault. And there's an accountability issue today where women do not want to take accountability for their own shitty ability to choose people. You got to take accountability for it, or else you're going to keep choosing shitty people.
Yeah. But that's why I'm FNF, and that's why I don't get no play right now. Because I'm worried about my goals and what I got going in life. Like,
and that's another bad thing to do, though, because your goals are just going to make it harder for you to find a guy in the future. A guy doesn't give a fuck about your goals.
Okay, that doesn't matter. Let me heal on myself. Let me do me right now.
I know. Heal. I got to ask really quick. I wanted to ask, because you seem like somebody that's going to disagree with me on this one, so I thought it'd be funny. Who's the prize, guys? Is the man or the woman the prize?
The woman.
Oh, wow. Woman? What do you think?
It's the man.
Oh, man. She said the man. She's
Why?
like, what the fuck? I don't believe it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Because if the world were to come crashing down right now, right, it's literally only one man left. We got 5 women. Are me and you finna populate the world? Or is he finna help us populate the world?
He can, but y'all can have him. I'll be fine.
But that's not the question. The question is,
what's needed for life to repopulate?
Who is going to populate the world? Women and women, or men and women? And then at the same time, as women, when we are looking for men, we're not just looking for a regular schmegular unless we're trying to pass the time, right?
Very nice.
We're looking for the guy that if I was to have kids with you, my kids, like you said, you don't want a short man, so you're going to want one who's tall. You might want someone who's really light or fairly like my color. You want someone who's kind of intelligent. You want someone with ambitions. You don't want someone with a bunch of generational curses or family diseases. You understand? So a man is really key. So that's where our discernment is got to be number one.
I'm not gonna lie. I get what y'all saying. I do.
I ain't saying the man was a prize.
Yeah. She agreed with you here. I got 4 steel mans for this.
I mean, it could go both ways, but I just say the woman because we carry a lot on our plate. Like, I get men do too, but women do a lot too. Especially, I'm not even finna get into race or anything, but black women too. Like, it's a lot. Like, I just feel like we're the prize. Like, we're the prize in everybody's eyes. You know what I'm saying?
When we have a lot of trauma, like he said, right? Women are emotional. Okay. Yeah. And if we want to go into race, black women, relationship wise, when we've gone through a lot of trauma, like you keep saying you have to heal, do you think necessarily it's going to take the man longer to heal or get over what he's going through, or at least try to bypass to do what he's going to do? Or is it going to take us longer?
Is that a tricky question?
No, it's a straight up question.
Yeah, it's just a question, yeah.
I'm not trying to play you. I'm asking you.
I don't know.
So women are extremely emotional. Men are extremely logical. I'm not saying that guys can't be emotional anyway. I'm just saying I'm just saying on a general basis, women are really emotional. So when y'all go through emotional trauma, it really, really instills in you. This is why it's really bad for women to get high body counts. This is why it's really bad for you to get raped at a young age. If any of that shit happens, it will fuck up your entire life. Trauma destroys women and it builds men. A guy who gets over his trauma, a guy that comes from the trenches, he's respected. He's looked at like he did the most amazing thing ever. We love those men. A woman that comes from trauma or comes from the horriblest things in the world, we don't like a woman with scars. And the reason why is because it goes into your children. When you have a children with a woman that has trauma, your children are going to be fucked up. So men really give a fuck about that shit. We really care about being with women that have trauma.
Unless, of course, like I said, we're dealing with a lug nut like Young Boy. I love Young Boy, but he's a lug nut.
Yeah.
He don't really be giving a damn about the women he's impregnating. He don't.
Yeah.
That's why he has so many. Now, a man who doesn't have that many, or maybe he does have, another wife and a girlfriend or whatever happened, in the case may be, he still selectively chose those women for whatever the reason was. It wasn't all willy-nilly with the shits. He did.
Yeah. So the big thing here, I got a few stillmans for you to like prove who's the prize really quick. So like what she was kind of saying, if there was an island with like 100 men, an island with 100 women, and the one with 100 men had one woman, and the one with 100 women had one man, which one would be repopulated in 10 years? The one with 100 women and one man. One man creates way more life. I was telling you earlier, the guy with the most kids, 777. The one with the most, 69. Okay? Men create way more life in a shorter period of time. So the man is the prize in that category, okay? Now let's look at it on another one. Who puts the ring on your finger? It's the man. You have to act a certain way to get married. You don't just get, like, don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of simps, like she's saying, there's a bunch of normal guys out here that will probably wipe you up real quick, but they're not the guy that you want. The guy that you want is the prize because you want the ring from him or you want the relationship from him. Y'all are the gatekeepers of sex. Men are the gatekeepers of relationships.
Or
that's how a guy.
Lifestyle.
That's how a guy can have a bunch of girls digmatized and be in not be in relationships with any of them. He's just like fucking around with all of them. Another one. What is needed in society? We need masculinity. There's a bunch of masculine women today because jobs and everything that's going on in the world. We need masculinity. So when we have masculine men, they're the prize. How many beautiful women or how many pretty women are there versus high value men?
More pretty women.
There's a shit ton of pretty women, and then there's very few high value men. So because of supply and demand, the man is the prize. Okay. And the reason why we always have to talk about this is because if we can explain to you all that, you can start kind of pursuing the right men. Because what a lot of women do is they don't pursue the right guys because they think they're the prize. They think all these guys should be chasing them and all this stuff. In reality, if you see a guy that is fucking on his shit and he's a relationship man and he's an honest man and he has money or he's just a leader or whatever it is, fall in line with him. Like, especially if he likes you and like he's bringing you around and stuff and he's actually like really down for you, fall in line because he's the prize. And at the end of the day, he's going to make you happy. And it's not that he's going to control your life or make your life horrible or anything like that. Like, he's just 51%. He's just going to make most of the decisions. Only one person drives the car. And y'all usually want a leader. Y'all usually want a guy that's taller, faster, stronger, a leader, Would you still feel like that women are the prize?
I mean, everything you said was fair, but
yeah,
that doesn't change.
Doesn't take it away. What do you think? Is women still the prize?
I ain't gonna lie.
I mean,
you can say that, but
it's both.
When we got OnlyFans and people like Sukiana, baby, we not looking very prizeful. Okay, and I didn't get my dirt too. I didn't grow from some things too, so I ain't never gonna say, oh well, I've lived this very cookie butter life. I've never done that. No, I've definitely like dipped and dabbed in a little everything, and that's where it's like, yeah. If I'm trying to chase a guy that's really doing all the things I want, but he's like, you've done this, you've done that, can I really be mad? No, I can't.
But like, if I'm the one that I have to control, my pussy, why am I not the prize?
I mean, you're saying, okay, you're saying as what, like
who I give it to.
You are the prize in that sense. Like he was saying, we control men with pussy, correct? Pussy is
women
power.
Control sex, men control relationships.
But the more available a man knows you are sex wise, how are you really the prize compared to Sally over here who only got 5 bodies and I just found out you got 15, maybe 20. And then you're busting it down on OnlyFans and the only thing I caught her do was twerking at the club with her friends every other weekend. You get what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I got a question for you.
Ooh.
For the young lady on Sergio's right with the brown dress. So let's say, what is more respected? A man that has been inherited money from his family to become a millionaire, or a man that went out and grinded through his 20s into his early 30s to become a millionaire off of hard work?
That is so crazy.
Which one?
Because we
Which
just
one?
had this conversation.
Which one is more respected?
For me, the man who grinded.
The man who grinded. And
yeah,
I'm going to take this back to something you said earlier in the episode. You said there's something about you said something about a man that actually has to go out and grind and work hard to basically earn his living, versus a woman you didn't say this part about the women. However, I knew what you were hinting towards, that women are born with their value. So, with that being said, who is the prize? Somebody that's born with their value, or someone that goes out and earns their value?
Somebody that would go and earn it. This really makes sense. I
Yeah.
get you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And that's why he was saying too, like as emotionally, and that's why I said I'm all for my sisters, but we do have to be realistic that our race, at least, I don't speak for everybody else's because I'm not y'all. I'm black. We are born with a lot of generational curses. We have a lot of family issues, and it's like, yeah, for us black women that do have to get out and grind and do these things. And I feel my friend when she say we FNF, but at the same time, when I'm trying to get into a relationship with a dude, I really can't have that mentality if this is the kind of dude that I want to provide or get whatever I'm trying to get about this man. Especially if it's a man that's grinded. Yeah, he's not going to want to deal with all that. Like, unfortunately to say, and that's kind of why, too, like, black relationships do fail and we have all these ups and downs. Like, it's just really deep, man. But, yeah.
It really is.
No, I definitely agree with that.
So I really have one thing I really want to point out, and this is just my experience from the hundreds of girls that we've had on this show. I mean, we're probably up in the thousands by now, maybe. But one thing I'm noticing is when women say things like, "Oh, women are the prize," which is it's no problem to have that opinion. However, whenever we go through the reasons of why you feel that way, one thing I'm collecting is this mainly because of the guys you guys fuck with aren't really shit. Like for example,
good point, bro.
like lady in the pink dress. I know earlier in the show you said every relationship you've been in, you were the one with the car, you were the one with the home. Of course, you were the prize in that situation because he's walking into your frame. But if you actually deal with a real dude that you really fucking want, that has a car, has a good paying job, has his own fucking home, inviting you to his fucking spot, I guarantee you'll switch up your point of view at that point.
Yeah.
Say I'm wrong.
Oh no, you're right. Until they show me this shit.
I just called it Charlie.
On point, Donnie. No, for sure. Here, let me go to this next question, guys. Next one. Do you consider yourself someone who is good at regulating your moods? You know, going between, being happy and sad.
I mean, yes, to a certain extent, but sometimes I can go from here to here like that.
Just like that, and and you get stuck in it, kind of.
For a second, yeah.
For a second,
possibly, yeah.
Do you think it's easy for you to regulate between being happy and sad for you? Like, do you regulate
just
your
on a
emotions
regular?
well? Yeah, just on the regular. Do you have really good regulation of your emotions?
Oh no, wait.
Well, like, but going.
Like,
I mean,
if something happens, then yeah.
I mean, it's okay if you're bipolar. You could just say you're bipolar.
I'm
just fucking with you. No, that's fine.
Literally, everybody is bipolar to a certain extent.
Well, I feel like everybody has trouble with these things. This is why I asked this question, is because I think most people do have a little bit of trouble going between being happy and sad in an easy conversion, I guess you could say.
I feel like I won't put my business because it's too many people I know watching this shit and it's none of their business. But literally, these last couple of days have been slightly traumatic for me, and I feel like 2 years ago, I wouldn't have came on the show. I would have been completely depressed. I would have been ready to just be done. I don't give a fuck with this. I don't give a fuck. But the world is crashing around me. But I've actually I have been reading and kind of just going through life, and I realized that I am emotional, and a lot of things that are bad, my emotions kind of heighten it, and that whole logic and trying to calm through and get to the emotions fucks it up. So I feel like lately, yes. Last couple months, I've been way better about controlling my emotions.
Oh, that's really dope, actually, that you're kind of figuring your brain out. If you kind of think about it, you're kind of working into a math problem a little bit. What do you think? How good are you right now at regulating going between happy and sad? You say pretty good.
Yeah, I'm stress free.
Yeah.
That's
FNF.
good.
Yeah. Do you think it's healthy to be both happy and sad?
Yes.
Is it healthy to be both?
Yeah.
Yeah? You would say yeah?
To go through all this.
Yeah?
Balance.
Yeah? Okay, good. Now, which do y'all want most from your man? Do you want his money, his energy, his attention, or his time? If you had a guy, He was the perfect guy in every aspect. He works all like he's a multi-millionaire business owner. You're a stay-at-home wife. You're living the perfect life. Which one of those 4 things are you going to want the most from him? Money, energy, attention, or time?
What's the difference between
Energy, attention, and time are a little bit different because I would say attention is like attention, like one-on-one attention. Like you want to talk to him, you want to go have dates with him. I would see that kind of as like attention. Time, I feel like is passing time, like maybe watching TV shows together, like going and doing, like time passing, like pastimes, I guess you could say is what I would call stuff like that. And energy, I would say like energy. You want to have sex? Do you want to be touching? Do you want to like be doing stuff together all the time? Like giving, I feel like giving energy is like direct. Like I'm like literally giving you all myself right then. Like sex is energy. I'm giving out my
Energy is other words, as y'all like to say, a vibe.
A vibe, yeah.
It's a vibe.
But I'm anti-social and social at the same time. So
But yeah, one of those 4 things. Which one do y'all want the most?
Energy.
You want his energy? You want to get fucked all the time? What the fuck? What do you think?
I guess what's the one where we just like watching movies and shit, spending time?
Spend time? You want to spend time with him? Okay. What do you want?
Yeah, I would just say time, but also like attention time. Like
Attention.
Okay, how I look at it, I feel like
Talk
us
to the
women are like an accessory to a guy. Like like how we carry ourselves, like makes I just feel like we make guys look good.
Here, talk
Like
to the
how our parents and like
Yeah.
a lot of other deep things. But I just feel like
Yeah,
that's why I said attention. Like when I want to go out, I don't want to go to clubs. I want to go like to different, like
new environments and stuff.
Museums,
Yeah.
art galleries, What? I like that kind of thing. I like to learn, educate me. Tell me something I don't know.
zoos,
Like, for real.
picnics, bike rides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, we're not riding bikes.
But no, like you're actually like really on point. Like if y'all want to know why guys really give a fuck about like not being with the hoes or like not being with the girls that sleep around and everything, it's because we really give a fuck about when we go anywhere and our friends see us or anything like that. The last thing you want is everybody in that room to be like, oh, he's with that girl. Like, yeah, she sucked my dick or something like that. That's the last thing a man wants. It's like our biggest fucking fear in the world.
Right.
Like, I want a girl by my side that I know nobody else in this fucking room has ever seen or talked to before. And it's because your girl is a representation of you. Like, the way a woman, like, the way that she talks about her man is a direct fucking tie to how badass that man is. If she fucking sits there and talks like he's an amazing guy, or she's super respectful to him, or like how she even talks to other men, how she carries herself, all that shit, how she's dressed, all of it makes him look like a badass. That's why we really give a fuck about shit like that. Like, I can't wait to be going to networking events and charity events and different stuff with my girl over this next year because she's beautiful, and I can't wait to just be able to show that off to everybody and just be like, yeah, nobody even knows who this is. She's invisible. She has 100 followers on Instagram. It's like, yes, y'all would never even see this in your life.
Yeah.
That feels good. I'm telling you, it just makes me feel more confident, honestly. Let me read that $20 super chat real quick. Emmanuel Christian, $20. Thank you, bro. Shout out to the women raising their body count, chasing after high value men they can't keep. By 2030, they won't have a choice but to accept harems because the value of the P word has dropped to nothing along with the US dollar.
Haram!
Oh yeah. So what he's kind of talking about, ladies, is y'all might say y'all were good girls that didn't sleep around at all. That's great. But if all these other stupid hoes are fucking doing it, they devalue the pussy so much that it fucks up y'all's ability to get a good guy. Because like I'll give you an example. The coaching I do to women on a daily basis is way different than the coaching I give men. A man, when I give him coaching advice, it's for him to get a woman that has burning, genuine desire for him, and she's like Bonnie and Clyde for his ass. Loves him. Y'all might have felt this for the first or second guy y'all were ever with, maybe. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about sometimes. And so I teach guys how to find that. And when I talk to women, though, I don't teach y'all the same thing. Because if I tried to teach y'all how to find that, you would end up with like a 60 body count. Because you have to give it up quickly to guys to have that burning, genuine desire. You can't make a guy wait fucking 4 months and you're deeply in love with them. Especially yes, you can if you've never had sex before, or if you've only had 2 or 3 boyfriends and every one of them you made wait 6 months or something like that. But if you've let guys hit on the first night before, you're never going to care about that guy that you made wait 4 months like you did the other guy. So like that's why we have two completely different strategies. I have to tell women, wait as long as you can, but don't give it up too soon, because next thing you know, you end up with 60 bodies and you're like, fuck, all those guys were fuckboys. I couldn't tell if they were finessing me or not. You can never tell. What was there something? What did he say? Do they want to get married or be wives? Yeah, that's a good question. Do you want to get married or be a wife?
Yes.
Yes. You want to get married? Be a
By
wife?
what age? I'm curious.
Look, I've passed the age that I wanted to get married.
How old are you?
26.
Oh shit!
What age did you want to get married at? 25?
Like when I graduated from college, like 22, 23.
22, 23.
At this point.
Into the mic for us. She said 22, 23.
At this point, like in the next 3 or 4 years.
You want to hit it before 30 if you can?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I want a lot of kids too.
I think the key is just getting started. Like, just don't get say a woman has a baby at 35, 40 as her first one. It's harder for her to have more after that. But from what I've researched and read a lot, it's like if a woman starts stretching out those muscles early, she can make them last longer. So a woman who starts having kids at 18 can sometimes have kids until she's 45, 50. Does that make sense? Whereas a woman that starts at 35, 40, 45, her body didn't have the practice. It's so she's not going to be able to go, multiple kids like the other woman was able to,
Right.
So it's you're okay. You can have multiple kids, just, kind of go fast, I guess,
Get started.
Yeah. But I think you're fine. Oh, what do you think? Do you want to get married? And if so, by when?
Not anymore.
Not anymore? No. What do you think?
Yeah, I want to get married.
You do?
And start something that lasts forever.
That lasts forever?
Yeah. We gotta save for life or shit, cause I don't do non for life or shit.
And what year would you like to have it by? You're young. You're only 23, so you have a lot of time.
Yeah, I just feel in your 20s, that's your time to enjoy life. Get to.
But watch out, because she would have been thankful to be your age right now.
No,
but
when I say enjoy your life,
Yeah.
no, when I say enjoy life, explore places and do bigger things,
just be careful, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a little secret about men. We don't
I'm not talking about men. I'm talking about the globe, the earth. Go explore the earth.
I know. I'm giving you an example based around what you said, and I'm gonna tell you something. This really pisses women off, but men don't like women with experience. And I'm not saying you're telling you don't travel and have fun or anything like that, but I want you to be prepared that a guy isn't gonna think that's attractive. Like if you find a really good guy in the future, he might not like the fact that if you went and traveled and did a bunch of stuff. Men want, if I can't have your virginity, I at least want your first for a bunch of other shit. I at least want to be able to first person to take you to Rome, first person to take you to Dubai, first person to take you to this restaurant. We really don't like a woman with experience, because it was what I was talking about earlier. Experience usually is correlated with scars. Like that guy that took you to Dubai and Rome. What happened to him? Did he just digmatize you and then leave you? Because then she's going to be traumatized then, So guys really don't like women with experience. Really, we don't.
You can pick and choose, though. Doesn't matter. I just feel how do I put this? Never mind. I have to think about it, how I want to put it and how I.
No, you're good. I wanted to ask really quick. Have y'all ever felt like you had burning, genuine desire for a guy? I mean, just a fiery passion for this man when it comes to love.
Love as a feeling?
So love is devotion, okay? So if you showed devotion to this man, I would say you had very strong, burning, genuine desire for him.
Oh, yeah.
You're devoted. Yeah. You're willing to do anything for him, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever had that burning, genuine desire for a guy before?
Yeah, who didn't deserve it. And another thing, I just feel guys really can't blame women. Women really actually, there's some women out there that's pure and genuine, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And just go through stuff with men. That doesn't mean judge her or make her feel like she doesn't have the opportunity to have with you because of, her past. You could change it and make it better, or
I agree with you. So I read a lot of Stefan Speaks books, because he's literally the biggest coach for women. He's one of the greatest, millions of followers on Instagram. He's fucking amazing. And in his books, he talks a lot about the traumatic cycle that women are on, Like the main cycle he talks about all the time is like you give that burning genuine desire, that devotion to the wrong guy early on, usually the first, second, third guy that you're with, and when you do that, he's usually not ready, because 9 times out of 10 you're young, and guys are never ready until later on usually. So like 9 times out of 10 he's not ready. He breaks, y'all break up, you get your heart broken, and when you get your heart broken, most women get on this cycle where they never want to have that pain again, and they will, every relationship they'll get in after that, they want to have the leverage. They want the guy moving into their apartment. They want to be the one driving around everywhere. They it's not that they want it, it's just that they want the control, like they want the power, and they never, because if they have the power, the man can never hurt them again the same way that that first guy did. So and I would just say, if a woman can get past that traumatic cycle, yes, like go ahead, like I'm sure that you'll be fine. But he talks about in his books, very few women go to therapy and then are truly accountable. So because of that, most women don't ever even get out of these cycles. So it takes a lot of therapy and being extremely accountable. That's the only way.
I mean, I feel like I'm accountable. I know I be fucking with non-shit niggas, but I put myself in that predicament.
Yeah.
But like now that I'm like, getting older, like I know what I want. Like, like I know what I want. I know that there's ways to go about it, and you don't have to be revengeful and shit. Like, I'm learning from all the past and stuff.
Oh, the whole point of the show is I'm literally just trying to make you into a woman that could potentially get a fucking ring in a few months. Like that's all I really care about. Like I do this show because I want y'all to get into relationships, to get into marriages, to have families one day, to have kids and stuff like that. If you take some of the advice that I say, even though you may not like it sometimes, you would probably end up with a really, like, I'm charging women a very high ticket price now for this type of advice I give. And the reason why is because I realize a lot of women will pay for it. And a lot of women really do need help to get a good guy that fucking bad that they will pay thousands of dollars to figure out the the sauce. I'm giving it out right now for free to y'all. Seriously. And like the thing is, like you could really find, you could literally change yourself and be a completely different person. Like this one girl that I'm helping, all she did was remove some fucking pictures on Instagram, and she's already getting DMs from normal men. Like she was literally having tons of fucking guys. You reap what you sow. Whatever you put out there is going to come back to you. And that's all she did. She had a bunch of bikini pictures, bunch of her ass out, and she had nothing but fuckboys running to her all day long. And then now she's going on dates with really quality guys. And the reason why is because she just changed one fucking thing, dude. That's crazy.
That's not common sense, though.
It must not be. Somebody had to pay money to learn it. It's fucking must not be common sense.
Not common.
No, the common sense is not common. There's a huge market for people like me because it's not common today. Because there's tons of people that just, and really what it is they just need somebody like a father figure to tell them what to fucking do. Because sometimes you just don't want to listen to somebody, or they've never even had a masculine figure in their life even tell them anything like this.
Or we do, but we learn things that aren't supposed to be taught. Like for me, like I might even said this the last time I was on your show, like I was raised by my dad probably for those vital times that I should have been raised around women, and then the women that I were around, I love you guys, but yeah, it's just like we didn't have any real sturdy positive men around. Like even the men that were around, they don't even respect women. They don't see women as anything but bitches, and you do what I say. And I grew up in that type of abusive, violent environment at times. So it's like I'm not as feminine as I should be, and the feminine that you see today, I literally worked on the last 4 years out here in Texas.
No.
So.
No. I also wanted to ask, what was that? Who would y'all say is more vengeful? Because we were kind of like talking about that a little bit. Do you think men are more vengeful or women more vengeful?
Women.
Women are more vengeful? What do you think?
Depends.
Depends? What do you think?
It really does depend on the situation.
Here, talk closer to the mic if you can. It just depends. It just depends how.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
I would say women are more vengeful, and I'll explain why though. Because like, if a guy's vengeful like regularly, it will really fuck your life up. Because you're like vengeful to men, so like that, you end up dead or getting your ass beat. So like guys, like we have a constant consequence sometimes. Now, don't get me wrong, being vengeful to your girl, like, what's she gonna do? But yeah, to like being just vengeful, like on a regular basis, it's like super fucking dangerous. So a lot of guys get into a habit of never being vengeful because you could fucking die from it. But women, y'all can kind of be vengeful all y'all want. And don't get me wrong, there are women that die for being vengeful sexually. There's definitely some crazy guys out here that will like literally kill you over that shit. So you got to be careful. What was I gonna ask? It was something else that had to do with what you were doing. When it comes to dating, do you want like a 50-50 household, or do you want a household like if you had to choose between like 50-50 and 50-50, but you can do whatever you want. You can go on girls trips, you can go on girls nights out. Like there's no rules at all. 50-50 that way and you're basically a free soul, or it's 80-20, but you're in his frame and he says you can't do those things. You can't go out on girls nights, you can't go on girls trips, and no ass pictures. You have a private Instagram and no ass pictures on it. Which one of those would you choose?
50-50. Oh, sorry.
And
You're good.
I'm married.
Yeah.
No girls trip, even no girls trip,
Yeah.
like a few. That's hard.
You're like, damn, I'm gonna have to take the 50-50 on
Yeah,
this one, huh?
I mean, I have no problem taking the 50-50, but like those are a lot of stipulations.
Yeah. No, we're gonna talk about them in just a second. Which one would you choose of those two?
You said I'm in his frame, like
his rules, his boundaries.
I'm an entertainer, so you basically telling, not like a stripper or anything, so don't get fucking confused. But you're
She belongs to the streets.
You're basically saying like if I want to go and perform or go to events, you finna be telling me no.
We're gonna act like this is in a whole new world where you don't have a job like that. Like if you're doing like you're having a normal career, not the career that you actually have right now, like what some normal person, an NPC would have. If you're just a normal person and you didn't have a job that like relied on you like that.
It's going to be a 50-50 because whatever I do, normal or not.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
What about you?
50-50.
50-50? Okay, so, y'all are going to die on this hill, huh? Why do you
Say
like...
You're gonna die.
Yeah, kind of. So why do you think, or why do you want the girls' nights out?
To get away from the kids.
Just to get away from the kids?
Him.
Just to get away from the kids and him?
Yeah.
So you like you said that you were raised, you're a single child in your family, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How often did your mom go out whenever you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. A few times. Like she went to concerts and stuff like that.
She belongs to the streets.
It was like Janet Jackson. It wasn't nothing crazy. Well, it was that nasty.
But that's all she did, right?
But yeah, that's really all she did. She never went out to drink after I was born or anything like that. I don't even remember.
So why do you want to do it?
Because we're in a different generation. And I feel like even...
Is this generation good or bad?
It's probably a little worse. But I feel like when my mom was coming up, she wasn't going out as much as I really even go out.
Yeah.
So now it's like
a FOMO. It's like a habit or something.
Well, I know when I have kids, my friends that are going to have kids too, they're going to be like, hey, let's go get drinks. Let's go out. I want that ability. I want that freedom to do that.
And you think like those girlfriends, that like do that with their relationships too, like you think that's healthy for them and their relationships also? Like you would say like if you had a group of friends and y'all are all married and y'all are all doing that, like that's all really healthy for all of you?
Yeah. I think that's really healthy.
Okay. Why will you die on that hill? Why do you want to go on girls' nights?
It's not even about going on girls' nights because like you can even ask Shauna. Sometimes I'm like MIA. I just like time to myself sometimes. I take myself out on dates. I can be very anti, like I don't want to be around nobody. I just want to do me. So it's like, and I do like to perform. It just depends really on what I'm doing. But a lot of the time I do like to do me time. And I have had that situation where a guy be like, it's just a problem. And it's like, dude, chill. Because when you want to go sit on that dumbass game, bye.
Yeah, okay.
You're funny.
And what about you?
The same, because I feel that, because I used to have a guy that be tripping, like, bro, it's just a female. It'd be different if it was around guys, but no, it's just a female. We just go in to hang out, like,
we're just women.
Right.
It's different for guys, though. It's different,
I do understand
guys.
Now women do have sexual, like, and that's what kind of makes it hard, too, for some men, because some men be like, and I've had that problem, too. Like, well, that's not really your homegirl. Didn't you make up? And I'm like,
The problem is like birds of a feather flock together. Okay, so y'all can sit there and
that's
act
not
like
true.
That is not
That
true.
is not true.
Cause
No,
don't
it
give me
is
that
true.
face.
It is true.
No, I don't
1000%.
like that face. He
No, you want to know why a lot of people are shitty people today? It's because a lot of people hang out with shitty people, so it makes them shitty also.
And guess what? That's
you
why
got
you don't hang out.
it's a crab mentality. A lot of people are pulling each other down and making them weak and shitty. So like
bro, just because my homegirl is doing OnlyFans don't mean I'm doing OnlyFans. Just because my homegirl got a sugar daddy don't mean I got a sugar daddy. Just because my homegirl playing with her nose don't mean I play with my nose.
Once again, this is all going to go back to one thing, okay? The man is the prize. So if the man is the prize and you're walking into his frame, this is the guys that y'all want. These are the guys that y'all are fucking. So you might as well fucking fall in line and do the other shit that they fucking want. Like, it's a really goofy thing because a lot of the time women end up alpha widowed or fucking these type of guys that have these type of rules. And y'all just end up being on a rotation with 3 or 4 other girls instead of just, falling in line and doing exactly what the guy wants. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I gotta ask though, do you think that okay, here, how about this? If your boyfriend wanted to go to a place, okay, where there is there's gonna be 20, 30 women there that are going to heavily be trying to hit on him, touching him, buying him drinks, trying to have sex with him by the end of the night, okay? On top of that, he's going to be getting inebriated, he's going to be getting drunk. There's actually going to be some friends there, and they're going to be like, you know what? We're not going to judge you. We're not going to tell your man or anything like that. You can, we're not like, we're your homegirls. Like, we're not going to do anything, or we're your homeboys. We're not going to do anything. Would you be okay with your man going and doing something like that?
Give me like the worst possible situation.
No,
wait,
it's
he's
not.
doing what? He's
I'm giving
drunk?
you an equivalent.
That's it.
I'm giving you an equivalent. Would you be okay with your man doing something like that?
I would not, but I wouldn't.
And that's what women go through when they go to the club.
My only but is the trust part. If I trust my man enough, so I'm a clown now because I have terrible trust issues. But
don't we all?
No, but it's
what were we talking about earlier though? Sexual loyalty. Why does a man care about sexual loyalty? Why? What did I tell y'all?
Why can't that's being a hypocrite?
Let me explain to you.
Though.
No. It's very simple. It's very, 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 very simple. This is not complicated. I could not tell if the baby was mine for hundreds of thousands of years. So I really give a fuck about one thing, and that's sexual loyalty. And this is every man. Y'all know this deep in y'all know that y'all, and what do y'all do whenever a guy says that they want a preference of a woman that doesn't go to the club or something like that? Insecure. Like, I always get hit with the shaming language or shit like this. And it's just like, that's not insecure. It's called mate guarding, actually. And here's the thing. For my daughter, for my sisters, anybody, a man is supposed to mate guard women. Because what was I talking about also earlier? When y'all get raped, when y'all go through trauma, it ruins your whole life. Okay? So we have to protect women. And even so, like, it is in my instinct, in my DNA, to not want you to go to that environment that I just explained to you. That's dangerous. It's not good for you at all. It's not good for the relationship either. And the fact that women will die on this hill, it's going to make you single, or it's going to make you end up with a guy who's a simp beta cuck. And like, that's fine if you want to be with a simp beta cuck, but I promise you, you're not going to get horny anymore after 6 months or a year, and you're going to be going to that club just to go make out with some random dude. But yeah, for you, I'm going to ask, would you give up why would you not give up the girls trip?
Wait, what'd you ask her? You said he was at the club with his friends and he's drunk. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, no. No, I was saying, no, he's at the club and there's 20, 30 women that throughout the night are going to approach him, try very hard touching him to get him to drink with them, trying to get them to talk, trying to get them back to their house or car afterwards, trying to the guy friends are saying, don't worry, bro, we're not going to tell on you, we're not going to do anything. Would you be okay with him going and being in an environment like that?
I feel like, me personally, dating any man, like even like my last boyfriend, I always tell him all the time, I don't care what you tell me, I know these girls are all up on you. I know they are. I look at you. I know what's going on. So me personally, I feel like at that point, I just have to, one, not be insecure about myself, And I do have some type of trust in him not to be a lug nut. That's it. Like, you can go. I ain't tripping. But if you fuck up, I'm going to know.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you that it's just not the same. Like, at the end of the day, it's just not the same.
That's what I'm saying, because it's a man. That's right, because it's a man and a woman. That's why it's not the same, right?
Yeah, because when y'all go and do this, the club is for single women. Y'all want to keep going to the club when you're married or in a relationship?
No,
That is goofy as fuck. I have two amazing mothers. They never went to no fucking clubs. They never had no fucking girls' nights. They never went on girls' trips. They never did any of this fuck
so
shit.
They don't go, no, because me and my friends, we go to the museums. Okay, we making
Look,
money.
they you can go and have brunch with your girls. You can go to the museums with your girls. You can go do all that type of stuff. There's a difference between doing that and going to a club at 10, 11, 12, going and getting drunk,
girls'
being
night
pursued
for
by
me
men.
is that when we go out, we're actually going to do stuff. We're going bowling. Like, I had a really fast childhood.
It's just I just really believe in like a curfew. Like, she can go in bowling, but she's not staying out until 1, like 1, 2 in the morning.
I'm in a relationship. I also don't believe in men. Like, no, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but me personally, yes, relationship wise, I know I have a curfew, even if it's not set. It's kind of like an unspoken word because he has a curfew.
Here, hold on. You said it's controlling, right? So there's two different kinds of relationships. All right, you're either he's walking into your frame or you're walking into his frame. The frame is whoever has the frame and holds the rules, holds the boundaries of the relationship. Usually, one person has more power than the other. Mm-hmm. Okay, when you go into a guy's frame, it's not like I'm controlling. My girl is more than welcome tonight to go out to the club. She is more than welcome to go do whatever she wants right now. She's not being controlled. She just knows that if she goes and does any of those things, the relationship's over. That's it. It's not controlling. It's a boundary. You step across this line. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just over.
But don't tell me no set time, because I know when I'm gonna be home. No, but I'm gonna come back home.
As far as like he's saying though, if you're in a relationship, I mean, because okay. You okay
even
with
Jazzy said it. I know Jazzy. You would hate it.
You okay with your man walking in every other night at 12 and 1 and 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning? Are you gonna say something?
Huh?
Are you okay with your man walking in at any hour of the night? Or are you gonna say something?
Okay, like you said, it should not be spoken, but you should be.
You're talking about.
You need to consider the other person. Sorry, you need to consider the other person's feelings. Like, okay, I get what you're saying, but don't give me a time. Don't give me like 10, 9. I'm gonna come exactly at 11 p.m. or even early. But I'm not gonna be out the whole entire night. I'm not gonna come in like 12, 1,
Yeah,
2,
that's
3.
What I mean. And then as far as like talking to people. Yeah, I cut that shit short because I know I do have a lot of more male friends than female friends. So it's like, I let them know up front, like, yeah, I'm kind of dealing with someone, bro. Like, that texting me whenever you get ready shit ain't finna work. Like,
that just shows you how much
I cut my phone off at 9 o'clock. Respect the 9.
You know what I'm saying?
What'd you say?
I just feel like you should have respect for each other. Like, nobody should tell you what time to come back. It's just a timely manner. Like, it's just common sense shit.
The biggest thing is like guys like me who make high in the 6 figures. Who I'm not even one of those guys. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm some alpha dude or like I'm in that top 10% or anything. No, there's guys that get way more pussy than I did when I was single. Like, and I did a good job. But there's guys that are killing it. Like, they get tons of fucking women, okay? So those guys, I'm just saying, they have the leverage. They have the choice to make these type of decisions. And women are going to fall in line. Women are going to say, yeah, I'm not going to go on girls. Like, you know how many good homie women that were raised by really good families, and they're not ever going, like, my girl is never going to argue to go out on a girls' night. Ever. Like the hill that a lot of y'all are dying on, my girlfriend would never. And it's just because she's not that type of person. And most guys are going to go choose those girls because it's just easier. Why would I choose to be with the girl that's going to give me all this hard time?
That's all I'm hearing.
Oh, pick me, basically?
No.
Not even a pick me and a yes man are two different things.
Yeah, yes man and a pick me are two different things.
How?
I'm sorry, but like there's some women that just are not falling for the bullshit that comes out of guys' mouth. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not a yes man. I am not a yes man. And I have perfect examples to tell you on what a yes man is. Barely.
Here, you're talking to the mic, though.
Oh.
Are you going to say it or no?
What?
I thought you were going to give me an example, but no, it's fine. I wanted to
get that example for myself.
Yeah, go ahead, Donnie. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I really just wanted to point out some things, and this is no disrespect to any of the ladies, and I'm about to give y'all some game. So one of the things, Pink Dress, sorry, I don't know your name. You had mentioned, having respect. A guy respecting you to let you out. Now, do you think it's respectful to still go to a club if you have devotion for a man? Remember, love is devotion.
Earlier I said I don't even go to clubs. I don't do clubs. I do like nice, classy things. I'm sorry that club feel. I'm not gonna be sweaty, be pretty and sweaty in the club. I'm sorry.
But or clubs, going out, girls' nights, whatever, however you want to plan it. But girls' nights in general, you know. And another thing you mentioned earlier in this episode, talking about respect and going back to something Sergio talked about whenever it comes to cheating. You said, I can call any of my exes right now and they could tell you how faithful I am. If you still have your exes on contact, do you still think that's respectful as well?
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I don't deal with them. Like, I'm not a bitter.
But you're still having contact with them.
Yeah, I'm not a bitter bitch. Why do I need to be a bitter bitch? We left on good terms. It's okay to talk to your exes and they still check up on you, see if you're doing good. There's nothing wrong with that.
I've learned.
okay.
No, I've learned.
Okay. Let me put it like this. Okay, I understand what you're saying when it comes to being in a relationship.
No, it's not even about relationships. It's about you need to cut those emotional ties. And if we're trying to grow as people,
how are you ever supposed to fall in love with a new guy?
And then you're talking about, you're trying to defend girls' nights out, girls' trips, these kind of things. Like, if you like, this is the point of Sergio talking about how women suck at discernment. Like, this is real discernment. You read in between the lines. You read the bullshit that you see people say. Like, they start talking in circles and they're gonna pin themselves against the wall.
No, for
and
sure.
You find out who the real person is, and that's me just giving you some real game.
No, you being truthful, because I didn't got caught up. Like, at first I really didn't understand that. Like, I was friends with my exes, they moms, they sisters. I'm going over their houses still. Like, it's like I'm not even seeing my ex though. Like, I'm just cool with the family. But like, yeah, I didn't literally got like my stuff destroyed, and it's like, all right, I think I'm starting to get it. All right, cool. I won't talk to any more of my exes anymore. I get it. Cool.
See, that's crazy. As a guy, I don't talk to any of my fucking exes. Like, don't get me wrong. I think one of them, like, I could maybe hit up and she might respond or something like that, but I don't have her added on anything. Like, I don't have her phone number. Like, I don't talk to none of them because those are in your past. Like, you're just disrespecting your partner, keeping them anyway in your life. Like, it's
I'm
so
not gonna
disrespectful.
have them while I find a new partner.
Even people that like you fucked in your past, just sex partners or just like friends with benefits and stuff. Any of those people being any way in your life when you're trying to make a relationship is absolutely detrimental.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not doing it. But I'm just saying. For those exes, I'm single. I don't have nobody, and I'm not fucking nobody.
So right now,
I can have those exes. They just be checking up on me. I be going through a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like cool people. Like, they were friends before they became.
It's an evil world we live in.
Well, even being single, like, I could never talk to my exes because it's either so much trauma.
Yeah.
Or it's like I'm trying to heal from it, so I can't have you around me like at all ever again. Get out my face, get out my life. I don't know. That's just me.
I feel you. Like, I see what she's coming, because I got some exes. Like, when I first came out here, like, I called him, told I was going through. He sent that bread, and that rent was paid. It was good. You feel me?
Oh my God.
But then, like, I feel what you're saying too. Like, damn, bro. Like, yeah, I ain't messing with you. We didn't gone through this, gone through that. But I do see, like, that's why I said, like, really, like, when you really self-assess and you are really ready to grow, you kind of realize, like, whether you're cool or not, the chapter's over. We done. And you checking on me is no longer needed. If you already built new bonds and you're starting a new life, you'll have new friends and other people that'll be there to check on you and be there. Kind of like how you be checking on me and stuff. Like, same thing goes for friendships. Like, all right, bro, we used to be friends, but I ain't fucking with you no more. And I meant that shit. Because whatever vibes or energies that you on can at some point spill over into my life, and I don't need that.
Yep. I wanted to ask really quick, are y'all for interracial dating?
I'm fine with it.
You would date a white guy or anything?
Oh, wait.
Like, I'm saying for y'all.
Wait.
Damn.
Hold on, girl. Where'd you go? I thought we were interracial dating.
I'm definitely talking about, like.
Wait.
No.
Wait. For everybody else.
For
that's
you
fine.
personally. For you personally.
Cool.
Yeah, no, we're talking about you personally.
For me personally, I've dated a Mexican guy.
Oh, you're lucky.
And I've dated a black guy. That's it. That's my life.
Okay. Yeah. So you will. Okay. What about you? Will you interracial date?
I don't know.
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 I don't know. Yes.
Are you lying?
Aren't you the one that likes white
Why are
guys?
you-
No, look, I do like white guys, right?
Oh.
But I feel like I've dated enough white men that it's like I probably wouldn't keep on dating white men. I would like to date a Native American or a Hispanic.
So like what are you just tired of the white guys? Like I don't get it. Like did you not like what you found in dating the white guys?
I wouldn't. Every white man I've been with is definitely. I'll say they take care, but I've been asked to do some strange things, and I just be like, yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's why you're not fucking with the white dudes. They're a little sus.
Not even that. Like I had one guy that I read a book once, and this is before I had even started like dating outside my race, and it was about a white guy who likes to be hurt. And I started dating this white guy that really wanted me to hurt him. Like he would piss me off on purpose because he liked pain, and I was like. I don't know. People was like he was in the military, so maybe it's like a military thing. But I was like, yeah,
No,
I'm
that's
kind
like
of done with that.
It's like a trauma thing or something. That shit's crazy. What about you? Are you down for interracial dating for yourself?
Yes. Yes. I just gave a chance to a white dude one day. I was like, okay, cool. It was fine, but it was weird. We were arguing, and it was like the second day, like actually hanging. I was like, bro, you don't even know me. You don't know me like that. You know how like that's just like
I can already sense how you were
like
talking.
that.
Yeah,
You were not talking to him like that.
I believe her, bro.
Talk how you were talking to him like.
Yeah, tell us how you're talking to him.
Exactly.
I feel like I come off kind of too
masculine
on the D.
But the thing is, like, you gotta realize, like, I'm just not with the fuckery shit, like, to anybody. It don't matter if I'm cautious. I don't trust men. I really don't. And it's not every guy or whatever. It's just like, it doesn't matter the age, it doesn't matter the color, it doesn't matter. Like, guys are just full of shit sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter the environment too, because I could be in the rich area and they could still not be full of shit. You feel me? Like, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like,
oh yeah, full of shit can be any color, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's white shit, there's brown shit.
I'm sorry,
but I will say like dating white men can kind of be hard for black women in a sense, just because.
Yes,
the whole when me and my ex would argue about the whole slavery and type shit, he'd hit me with the, well, I'm really Italian, and I'd be like, boy, white is white, like y'all was enslaving us. Quit playing. What you mean?
And see, that's why I can't date a white man, because I'm not gonna argue with you about slavery.
Over racism and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like we need to be open. If we're gonna be dating interracially, we need to be open.
Sometimes they belittle. And I don't like that too.
Like kind of condescending or something?
Nah, just belittling, like, you better because you have more. Like, some of them didn't have to work as hard, or, like I was in a situation to where we had got in an argument because I felt very offended. Like, he want to hang out. Bro, I'm doing this shit myself. I gotta go to my freaking work. You gotta understand me. Like, I'm sorry. I can make time, but you gonna have to go within my time. Like, I was trying to explain, like, I got work. I have a dog. I have bills. Like, coming out to hang out with you really doesn't be putting money in my pocket, but I will be open up to spend time with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he just not, like, he didn't like that. He didn't like me saying I have to work, or I have to go DoorDash, or I gotta go do this, or I gotta do, what I mean?
So one of my biggest coaching tips I give out actually is that when they're dating, when a girl is talking to a high value guy, I'm not saying that guy was, but when they are talking to a guy that they really respect and he's high value and they really want him, they really want a relationship with him, I always tell them in those instances where y'all both get off work or something, and he's like, hey, why don't you come over and let's cook dinner tonight? Let's watch a movie together. Let's do something like that. The last thing that women should do, even though you may want to stay home and get in the bath or do your nails or, do a face mask, or you want to just go walk your dog and chill, relax in your own space, in your own environment, your own spot. Even though you may really want that, I have to teach women to put that shit on the back burner, because if that guy is worth it, you go over there tired and you go do whatever you want with him.
How do you know you are worth it? Like, you just met me. Like, guys move too freaking fast. Like, they just move too fast.
No, it's about if you discern if he's worth it or not. Like, you need to know if he's worth it. It's not about if he thinks you're worth it. It's about, do you think he's worth it? If he's that guy, then do it. If he's not that guy, then don't do it.
That's really what it was, because I just couldn't. Okay, so to be honest with you, I can go black, Chinese, whatever. It don't matter as long as you know how to treat me right and not put your hands on me, and we good, and we be faithful to each other and live a happy family. But he gotta have a little thuggish and gotta be like he gotta have a little.
He gotta be seasoned.
I'm sorry, he cannot. He cannot because
That's what I learned that like a while back. I was like, damn, that's a good way to say it. He gotta be seasoned.
Yeah, cause like I'm sorry, like I should not have to feel.
I know some Vietnamese thugs. You want to meet one?
Oh my god, they do
kidding.
like Chinese, like kung fu. And
and then I also have to say, if you like cocoa butter down girls, then just say that. Don't be weird about it. Like actually,
like a fetish, because some men have fetishes.
Yeah, they'll be too scared to approach us, black women. Like it's okay to approach us. We don't bite or anything. Like unless you ask.
No. So one of the reasons why I like to ask this question is because we've been talking about cheating a lot, and I would love for y'all to be happy in a relationship one day, but I understand it's really hard, especially with today's women, to convince y'all that you might need to accept he might have some options. Well, the thing is, there's only a few, like we say, not all men have options, but there's definitely a race that gets a lot of options. If we look at dating apps, there was a study that was done. This guy actually got fired from his fucking job. He lost his tenure. He was a professor in Canada. He lost his fucking job at the university because he proved that Asian men get the least amount of swipes on dating apps. Asian women get the most of women. Black men get the most. Black women get the least. So when he proved that, everybody went crazy and he got fucking fired. All this shit ended up happening just because he fucking posted a study of the truth, just saying like what he fucking found. And when we look at stuff like that, black men have a lot of sexual access. They may not like have a lot of they're heavily fetishized because of rap music, because of the culture. White girls, Hispanic girls, Asian girls, they're all chasing y'all's guys. Okay, so sometimes it's best to date outside the race if you don't want a guy that can cheat, because those guys are gonna have so many options. Y'all gotta understand, men have 17 times the testosterone that you do going through your body. 17 times. You can't even fathom the horniness that gives us. You can't even imagine it. So a guy that is a 6'4" Tyrone gets all the bitches. You're trying to tell that man to fucking calm down and stop cheating. It's never gonna happen. He has literally 10 girls DMing him a week. Y'all really don't get it. And like so, but if you don't want the people most fetishized, go to the white guys, go to the Asian dudes, go to Hispanics. There's a lot of men out here that can't cheat or don't cheat ever. And it's because they're not fetishized like that, Or
maybe they just scared to approach us too.
I really believe in women approaching. I don't think that men should always approach. I think that the best relationships are the women approaching you. My best relationships were the girls coming to me.
I be wanting to, but like I'd be scary because like I'm sorry. Okay, like there was this one incident at my job. There's this guy that comes in. He's white. He's a nice looking guy for his age. And he'll always say hi to me. One day it was like Mother's Day, or it was either Mother's Day or the day before Mother's Day, and he was like, "Hey, Kashana, this is my mom." When I say I got so nervous, like, the thing is, I don't think they understand. Like, I don't like to say this, but like it was like the energy, like like I don't think she was fond that I was black. Like,
girl,
you
and it's not
it.
about his mama.
I know.
You realize he doesn't give a fuck about what his mom thinks. Probably,
actually,
you know that, right?
I don't know nowadays because like I be thinking like that's why I don't really approach the white. I'll let them approach me, but I won't approach them because they do like I don't know.
They care to a certain extent.
I get what you're saying.
At the end of the day, a man is really gonna be like. That's why sometimes when the moms be like, "I never liked that bitch," or "I don't know why he be with her." Yeah, he might have asked his mom some opinions, some thoughts, but at the end of the day, he said, "Fuck it, I'm finna do what I want to do."
Yeah,
that's how it is.
No, I would say that if a guy like really, really wants to be with you, he's not gonna give a fuck about what his mom like. He will not give a fuck. He'll just be like, "That no, mom." Like you don't control my life if his mom is still controlling his life, it's an issue. I gotta bring up some Jazzy Popper said what she say? Yeah, she said cheating. No, click it. Cheating isn't based on race. I did not say that.
Hi, Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
That's my friend.
Jazz.
isn't based on race.
Jazz, I gotta say
No,
something.
for real.
That's
didn't know
not
that
what
was
I
Jazz.
said, though. That's not what I said. Look at back what I just said. Rewind it, Jazz. What I said is that they just have the most sexual access. They have the most options. And I'm saying I'm not even saying that they just inherently cheat, but they have the most women being thrown at them. And if you were a guy, maybe you would understand it's very hard to survive having women throwing themselves at you. Some of y'all can't even fathom what it feels like as a guy to experience something like this. Like, it's way different than what y'all go through. Y'all are built to like sit there and like stonewall and tell guys, no, you ain't getting this fucking pussy. A guy is built to fucking fuck as soon as the opportunity comes. Like, we're two completely different things. So it's really hard to tell a guy that has, like, I'm talking about the beautiful men, the guys that are basketball players, football players, that everybody wants with status and all that. It's crazy. It's crazy to try to control them.
And then too, I did notice those interracial.
Interracial.
Yeah. My bad, y'all. But listen, they like, if they can't accept me at my natural, they can't have me, because they do pay attention to my natural, and I don't like that. I'm not changing my hair texture for y'all. Y'all either accept my natural or you cannot accept me at all. I'm sorry. Like, they really do pay attention to that too, and that's why I feel like another reason I don't get approached.
Oh my God, friend, we're gonna have to talk, because you're talking about not having morals for standard. I'm not supposed to be reading the comments, so we're gonna talk, because I'm like, bro.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I was about to get to the last question right now. Anyway, or let me do the super. I was gonna do super chat, and then I was gonna do the last question. $2 from Emmanuel Christian. Thank you again, or $5 from Emmanuel Christian. Thank you again, bro. Enjoy life equals get ran through. Why can't you enjoy life in a relationship?
Because people don't know how to do it. Guys don't know how to do it. I could be romantic. I like bike riding. I like fishing. I like shooting hoops. Like, I like to be, like, guys really don't offer anything. Like, y'all want so much from a woman and, like, don't really offer shit. I'm really talking to the black niggas. I'm so sorry.
No, but that's
anyways,
true.
because, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can go white, but it's kind of harder for me. And like my looks and the way I look with my natural, it's hard to, be addressed or approached or even go to them. So I do be wanting to have a black guy, but black guys be so quick to shoot down women of color.
I feel like I can
hard.
enjoy a life in a relationship, but I have learned that, like she said, with black men, it can be pros and cons, and I've dealt with a few different types, and my last type was more of at some point, a financial issue was an issue for me. So even though we were doing things like you said, we're going on walks, we're going on dates, we're doing other things that don't involve, I guess, getting twisted or just, the normal not experiencing things. But at some point it's like, yeah, I don't, kind of like what he said, like, I don't want to be a build-a-man, and I don't want it to be a thing where you are just walking in my frame, because then when I'm in control, I can't really be in my feminine, can I?
Yeah. Well, no. So what Stephen Spinks talks about a lot is the women that are on those traumatic cycles, when they keep going in relationships, the woman does it for comfort, but both people hate their lives. Like, the guy will hate his life in the relationship, and sooner or later he'll cheat because he's constantly emasculated and he's constantly disrespected in those relationships. So what Stephen says is one of them was going to cheat sooner or later. Either the guy does because he's so pissed off after a long period of time, or the woman ends up cheating because she's never really respected the guy and saw him as a leader or anything like that. Anyways, like, basically those relationships that women get into, they're just bound to blow up sooner or later, because you got to get over that trauma first. You cannot just sit there and keep going into relationships, with that shit on your back. Go to the next one really quick. $2 from Emmanuel Christian. Thank you, bro. Why are you arguing with your partner about stupidity?
You don't.
Huh? What was that reference to? I can't remember. I can't remember what it was a reference to.
I feel like everybody's argued with their partner about something stupid, because once we've all calmed down and evaluate the situation.
Well, it was like what I was talking about. Yeah. It's like what I was talking about earlier. Like, this is gonna sound fucked up, but honestly, like, you have to treat women like they're children. Like, I know that's so fucked up, but like you literally have to like oh, are you okay? Calm down. It's not a big deal. Like, you'll get over it. It's just
I like
just
to be
emotional.
babied. I'm not even gonna cap. If you get to yelling and hollering and calling me on my name, I don't. Boy, you're not gonna like it. But you get to, like he said, you stand there like a sturdy rock, and you kind of just be there, and we go through the motions, and you all right.
Y'all get over it pretty quick too. The more stoic he is, the more he is reactionless, the quicker it's over. Like, the thing is, one of y'all is gonna get on the other's roller coaster. Like, either he's gonna get on your roller coaster, or you're gonna jump on his roller coaster when it comes to that emotional shit. So just don't get. I just tell guys, just don't get on the fucking roller coaster.
But don't be disconnected either. I don't like an emotionless man. Like, I don't want you to just.
Oh yeah, like there's balance. There has to be balance, okay? Like, he can't just sit there and be emotionless all the time. But for the most part, you don't want that man to be emotional, and you know that. You know that. You don't want abuse. You don't want to be called out of your name. Don't let that man get emotional. What was the next one? $5. Emmanuel Christian again. Thank you, bro. Fine. If the guys you are around don't make enough, then be more selective. If that's the case, then your body should be less than 5. Because few men qualify. If guys you're around don't make enough, then be more. Yeah. No. That's all you have to do. I was gonna respond to that. What was the other super chat that he had said? I can't remember. But that's what I was gonna explain, bro. Like, Emmanuel, I kind of like agree with them to an extent because they just don't have a lot of options. Now, if they kept their legs closed, would they have more options? Because then they would be seen as a higher value. Yes, they are more likely to fuck with higher value men if they sleep around less. But as y'all know, high value men don't like to wait. Like, I teach guys, if they're high value, to not sit there and be with a girl that makes them wait a month. So
There's pros and cons to that.
Yeah, it really just depends. What's sad is the advice I give to women, I feel like makes them end up with beta cucks. Like, end up with beta dudes that might be like, I call them beta providers. Like, they're going to be a great provider and make you happy, and they're going to be sweet to you and never disrespect you. And,
but they're not seasoned, like my girl said.
Yeah. Well, but if they're not seasoned, or they're just not cool, they're not fun. Like you really have to keep your woman on an emotional roller coaster all the time. Like, I really believe that if you want your woman happy all the time, you can't let her be comfortable. If you ever let her get comfortable, it's over. Like, you can never I never let my girl stay comfortable. I argue with her 24/7. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm toxic.
You are. I know you are.
No. I'm toxic when it needs to be toxic, but other than that, I like to be fun and positive.
No, the woman can't be toxic. All right, last question I'm gonna do really quick, ladies, is what is bothering you all about men? Or wait, did I read it? Yeah. What is bothering y'all about men a lot right now? Like, what would you say is like the thing in dating that just pisses you off the most?
I can't even go with y'all on the like ability to plan dates because I've went on some amazing dates.
So it's not that.
Well, then so what is it about your new relationship, I guess, that made it easy? Like, before that, what was so hard?
Yeah, like what was hard about the guys before this guy? Like, what was something that was difficult? And you're just like, what the fuck? This guy easily did this, but these guys were fucking crazy.
It's the commitment.
Just actually wanting to commit?
It was how hard he wanted to go, like, for an actual relationship. And I've, like, been talking to you for, like, 4 months. And I guess when you start talking to somebody, you don't really know. So it's like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? You're like,
How old is he?
29.
29. Yeah, so I'm going to say this as nice as I can. I'm going to say this really nice. I'm going to say this like really, really nice, and I don't want you to see this guy differently or anything, because this isn't like, this is a general statement. No, you're not. This is just a general statement, okay? The thing is, usually if a guy is pushing for the relationship, it's because he doesn't have options. Now, I'm not saying this might not be true. This guy might have tons of fucking options, okay? I'm not saying this. It's not, but generally speaking, a guy who's trying to get into a relationship, trying to have a girlfriend, it's because they just want to lock down the sex and like make sure they can like keep having that. Whereas like a guy who has options, like 2 or 3 girls, or like he's attractive or he's that guy, yeah, he doesn't want to get in the relationship. He's going to push it off as long as he physically can to keep fucking the girls until you're like, what are we? So like, and did he say it first to you, or did you say it first to him?
Like, I didn't even ask what
he said it first. Yeah. See, like, I just think it's better if the girl says it first. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying this is a general statement. I might be totally wrong.
And what's so crazy is I'm a bitch, though.
Yeah.
So
He's
it's
probably
like-
walking into your frame. Probably most relationships are like this today, guys. Don't get mad if like you're in a relationship where he's in your frame because that's normal. Like honestly, that's normal.
I don't know about
There's very few relationships like me and my girl where like as some of y'all would say I'm controlling or whatever, you know, like there's very few girls that will be in a relationship with a guy where he runs everything, where he makes all the rules and you're okay with that and you're
and that's my thing. He doesn't have to make all the rules, but you know, I still want my freedom because I'm a grown ass woman too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do what I do. But I feel like there's a respect level there. Like even before he asked me to be his girlfriend, he knew I went out. He knows,
Yeah.
you know, I take those trips and stuff like that. So, I mean, if it got serious or like marriage, then maybe I'll shut it down.
Yeah.
But
I can already tell you he's the type of guy where he won't care. Because if he don't care from the start, he's not gonna care later on. And it's actually stupid when guys do that shit. Like, say y'all get married or y'all get into a more serious relationship, and he's like, "Hey, babe, I kind of don't like the girls' nights anymore. Hey, babe, I kind of don't want you to go on the girls' trip." No, that's so fucking simpish and like just beta. Like, no, nobody would respect that. You have to have it from the very beginning. If you don't have these boundaries from the start, nobody would respect that. He's like, you will break up with his ass if he tried to put those boundaries down a year into the relationship. Right. It's stupid. Why would he like that? That's why it has to be like that from the start. What's something for you that you would say is just weird about guys right now? Just something that you're confused about? Maybe. I mean, I feel like you're on point right now. Like after coming last time, I feel like you've been reading a little bit more about this stuff, and like you're probably pretty on point, and you don't really need help with anything. But is there anything that a guy was pissing you off about lately, or acting weird about?
I feel like men don't listen. Like, and now when I say don't listen, it's like I'll straight up tell a guy, like, I literally just lost my dad. So it's like a relationship's the last thing on my mind. But I feel like I'll say that 1,000 times and I still feel like in a way they're trying to insinuate or put me in a position to be in a romantic situation. It's like, bro, we can be cool, we can kick it, but I'm not into that. And then I also know my problem still is probably, and I tell these people, I am a repeating offender. My ex call, I might answer the phone.
Yeah.
So those, it's like
She belongs to the streets.
No, men's problem is I feel like they don't respect the boundaries that I set, and I don't be knowing how to like, I don't know, tell them you're like crossing that boundary without feeling like I'm coming off like a bitch or I'm acting out. I used to act, because this whole being feminine thing is really kind of like new to me, like not yelling or like getting aggressive. I'd be like,
a habit. It's a habit, and it takes a lot of work to get past these habits, especially when you saw it your entire like if you grow up in an environment where you see these things, which everybody grew up in an environment. Like I have 4 sisters, 2 moms. Like I've always seen very gynocentric feminism like type of views, and like the thing is like everybody always has to fall to the gynocentric social order, because if we don't fall to that social order, ladies, I can't even do this podcast. Like, you get canceled for saying some of this stuff. Like, if I had a real career and a job, thank God I'm a business owner. Because if I wasn't, I would be fucked. I would lose everything. Like, you can't say this type of stuff and have a regular job.
yeah.
Like Donnie literally has to hide this type of shit. Like you literally can't say these type of things. You can also miss out on sex for the rest of your life doing this type of stuff. Sitting there and like telling women these type of facts. You know how many women are gonna hate me for the rest of my life, and I'm just missing out on vagina. It's I can't do nothing about it.
Yo, shout out to Chef Don that's in the fucking
Yeah,
chat.
shout out to Chef Don, bro. What's up, bro?
Subscribe to his channel, please.
Yeah, everybody go and sub to Chef Don, please. So no, I wanted to ask you. You know, you brought up like that guy. You know, like you go back to your ex. Would you like a relationship with him?
My ex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like help in that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to you over this next week. I'm gonna try to help you one-on-one and show you that if you do certain things, y'all can lock down these guys that you're already digmatized by. It's really
It's
possible.
not the penis.
I'm telling you though,
Bro, we're gonna
it
talk.
may not
It's
be
not
the
penis.
it may not be the penis, but it's something connected to it. So either way, but no, I'm serious. Like you got to, I could definitely like y'all need to understand. There's tricks to getting these guys, because y'all, like I was telling you earlier, you lose leverage whenever you give up the like pussy. You don't lose the game though. you don't lose the game. You lose the leverage. Now, can you still get the leverage back? Can you still provide value to try to still get the relationship? Yes. Certain women are really good at giving up sex fast and then locking down the relationship. My girl's one of them. She had sex with me very fast, but what did she do afterwards? She did a lot for my life to make it easier. So then she proved how much she could bring to me, how much value she was in my life. And it was like, damn, I have to take this girl seriously. What girl does this? All these other ones are just giving me pussy. This one's fucking doing more. What the fuck? That's what makes you special. Like, you can't just, a lot of women think that just head or just pussy is all that we want. No. Like, sometimes there's a lot more that a man needs, especially in today's society when shit's hard.
Especially if it's a dude that already gets sex from other women too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then also like the friend thing. So like, you have any like old guy friends, like guy friends that you've been talking to for years and stuff like that?
I cut that off.
Well, just like, do you have just a guy friend that's like a best friend or anything like that? Because I was just gonna say, like with your dad stuff, which I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
You just need to stop even dating at all and just hang out with just the guys that you know are actual good guy friends. Because you don't need to have any of that bullshit pressure or anything like that right now. Go hang out with really good men that are actually going to be there for you and not try to fuck you the whole time. It's not good for your mental health. So just, I would very much avoid shit like that right now. Just hang out with guys. I know, you know, some guys are probably real friends. Like, they have the vibe like I kind of have. Just go hang out with those guys. Seriously.
I usually hang out with my little bros, like the ones that are like 18, 20 and stuff.
Yeah.
We be kicking it. They
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Just make sure, you know, protect yourself. What about you? Is there anything about guys you're dating, especially after, you know, listening to the whole show and stuff? Is there any questions that you have about men or a guy you're trying to talk to right now? Like, just a little bit of advice I can give? Or just a male perspective of why maybe they do that?
There's this Mexican guy.
Hmm.
You know, like, how we met, Quick Trip. And he was like, when I say he was so scared to like even talk to me, he literally like started walking, turned around, and then like he just hesitated. So I was like, okay, because, you know, I'm not used to guys hesitating, you know, so it just kind of came off genuine. The only thing is that Mexican guys, they move too fast. Like once they like you, like they like you for you being yourself and whatnot, they're already thinking about marriage. They're already thinking about kids. They're thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you gotta know my middle name first, like like
My favorite color.
Yeah, like, you know, like, I just don't.
You just
like
want to try to slow it down?
I don't like when guys move too fast. Like, slow your roll. Actually, get to know a person before you ready to, like, you know, like, just get to know me first.
Yeah. No, so
You'll
yeah.
be surprised.
Yeah, I really don't know how to get a guy to calm down like that. I would say guys that try to lock down relationships really fast, it's kind of like the options thing. Like, if they don't have a lot of options of other people to have sex, women to have sex with and stuff, they really want to lock down that relationship ASAP so they can like make sure like that's their pussy, you know, like they don't have to worry about going and finding it elsewhere and stuff. Like, that's mine. I don't have to worry about it now. I can relax. That's what that's why they're trying to make it official as fast as possible. Now, like, guys who get a lot of pussy though, they really don't want to do that fast. They're gonna take their time with you, and they're gonna try to make you wait as long as physically possible. Like, I really think that most guys are like that too. Like, probably, but the guys that y'all want, you know, like the sexy guys and stuff like that, they're going to be the ones that play that game all day long of, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship, or they're never going to bring it up ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what guys I'm talking about.
They have all these stipulations.
Or they want you to come into their frame. Like, stop going on girls' nights. You can't have guy friends. You can't go on girls' trips. Like, that's the thing. If y'all find a guy that has these stipulations, but he's that guy, like, if he makes $120K a year, if he's fucking tall, if he goes to the gym every day, like, if he is that guy, respect it. He worked really hard to get up to that point. He worked really hard. Y'all understand? And if a lot of women are like, oh, he's a narcissist, he's egotistic. A guy earns their ego, okay? For me to be an egotistic fuck like I am today, it took me fucking 15 years of failure. It took me since like 15, 16 years old of fucking sucking at life and failing at businesses and failing at women and failing at all this shit to finally get to this point where I have this ego that I worked up to. Women get their ego just at 18, 19 for being pretty. Y'all, yes, a lot of women. Think about the women that are 18, 19 years old and they have the ego the size of Mars. I'm not saying y'all, But there are women out here that are 18, 19 years old, and their ego is massive. Don't get me wrong. There's guys that are in the same boat, but yeah, right. Yeah, right. And the only guys that are 18, 19 with ego like that are probably because they're captain of the football team, probably because they're like captain of the basketball team or something. That's the only guys that have an ego usually like that. But there's a lot of women that have that type of ego at a young age just because they're beautiful. But yeah, I really can't really give advice a lot for that, except that, just I wouldn't fuck with honestly Hispanic dudes that are acting desperate, because it's just like,
Well, I can't say he desperate because he really didn't ask for sex.
well, like that's
he don't ask for sex.
Well, because we know that's like, you don't ask for sex, you wait till it's given to you. You don't fucking ask a woman for it.
Wait, he wanted the relationship before sex?
Yeah.
Even weirder.
Oh, fuck no.
Even more weird, dude. Yeah, then he sounds like a super beta cuck.
No.
That's super weird. Yeah, it's like he thinks it's like marriage, and he needs to put a ring on it first for him to be able to get the pussy.
Facts. That shit is.
Well, it's a goofy shit. All right, so
I didn't know y'all would consider that weird. I
know
a
lot of people would like, a lot of women
thought
say
that was
stuff like that.
genuine. I thought you're being patient, you're getting to know.
Did you get the Carfax?
The Carfax?
Cause no, for real, bro. I'm being what? Cause yeah, Mexican men they be about their paper, but they be about some other stuff too. So where's the Carfax? He got kids. He running from the cartel. What's going on? No,
Yeah.
You're funny.
Yeah,
no.
Let's just say about this dude is
stupid. All right, next, last question, ladies. I just want to know, what did you think about the show? Would you come back? And did anything resonate with you?
Great show. Funny show.
Yeah. Sorry for being dramatic, guys. I don't like people that, y'all gotta understand, like, I hold frame really hard, okay? And part of holding frame is that when somebody tries to step out, when somebody tries to like make it what they want on this show, no, it's what I want. If I tell you to stop talking, if I tell you to do this, this is how it is. And this is an example of what frame is. I want y'all to see what it's like when a guy is truly in his frame. I could have let her, take advantage and like run the show for a little bit, but it's disrespectful as fuck. I don't let no woman do that shit. It's never. No, you're in my building at my place. I pay $1,000 a month to do all this stuff. You're on my show. That's not how it works. Now, if she would have been like, okay, I'll stop talking, because I said the rules before, I'm going to cut y'all off. I'm the host. And if she would have been like, all right, yeah, whatever, then we could have kept going. But if she wanted to be like, no, I'm going to keep talking, I'm a bitch too. All right, then you can go.
I was like, damn, it's about to get interesting.
It's just not how it's going. Yeah,
my anxiety was going everywhere, but I was like,
I'm so sorry. But I had fun. I'd come back.
Yeah. Was there anything that like resonated with you, or any stat or anything, just so I can make sure to try to repeat it if it was a good one?
Let's repeat that stat where like most guys are lame.
I like saying that one.
Because I actually kind of believe that.
No, so y'all gotta understand, there's a bell curve, and like most of the guys, so if we look at IQ levels, there's a lot of guys at the top, a lot of guys at the bottom. So like homeless people, like mentally ill, there's a lot of guys down here. And there's a lot of guys at the top, and then there's like a few in the middle. Whereas women's bell curve is completely different. Y'all have a little bit of women that are like homeless and low IQ at the bottom, and then a little bit of women that are super smart, 150 IQ, and a shit ton of women in the middle. So like because of that, there ends up being a bunch of really good normal women, and y'all are fighting for like these little few good men up here because there's a shit ton of bad ones, and there's a bunch of normies, and we don't want the normies. Most women don't want the normal guys. So it's like it ends up being this giant fucking amount wanting this thing up here. And it's impossible. It's a supply and demand issue. What about you? What's something, or what do you think of the show? Are you going to come back? Anything resonate?
Oh, man. Yeah, this is definitely more alive than the last time. I feel like I may not always agree with things, and that's just human nature, but I do feel like you and I forgot your name.
Donnie. Yeah.
Donnie, yes. You both do make great points. It makes you think. Like sometimes you really have to like be honest with yourself. Like, okay, yeah, this is my one mindset, but knowing there's other mindsets and other people that actually might know something that you really don't. It's okay to take it in consideration, and maybe you don't agree with it now, but you can do your own self-education later and see how you feel. So I feel like it's always a very good learning experience for me, and I'm gonna come back.
Hell yeah. No, and something I'm actually gonna start doing is I'm making a book list and part of the booklet is just so like if girls are ever like, I really like all the information you talk about, I would really like to read more about it. I'm gonna have a good book list of like my favorite relationship books for women, just so y'all can learn all the same stats I talk about, all the same, Stephen speaks, like all these things that everything that I talk about. This is not, don't shoot the messenger. This is not just what I did. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. I'm teaching y'all shit that other people have already been teaching. Doctors, therapists, people way smarter than my fucking stupid ass. Okay, I didn't go to college. So like y'all, yeah, just take everything with a grain of salt, but also just remember, I'm just like, don't shoot the messenger. And hopefully, I'll send you some of those books, and if you want to check any of them out, shit, some of them are really cheap or really short, and they're not even that hard. What about you? What do you think about the show? Are you gonna come back, and did anything resonate with you?
I like it. It was lit. It was different.
It was different.
Definitely
not normal conversations, right?
Yeah, and definitely will come back because thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And
anything resonate? Was there any facts or anything that you're like, oh, that was kind of different? I never heard that before.
I just I'm like hearing it from different point of views and having everybody else's like 2 cents in. I'm gonna like reevaluate how I think. I mean, I guess I could simmer down just a little bit.
Yeah.
And not be too,
Ugh. Yeah, a little masculine.
It's funny because she's so cute and pretty, but like the first time she like gets all, I'm like, bro, I didn't even know you could get like that. Like, but you make me feel good because it's like it's not just me.
Y'all are crazy, bro.
You feel me?
Y'all better like be a good little duo and keep each other out of fucking trouble. That's
yeah, no, she's not a bad influence. Someone said that earlier.
Yeah, I'm a goody two shoes. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not a snitch because security just. Okay.
She's not a snitch, guys. You better snitch on your girl if she cheated on her man. Would you snitch on your girl if she cheated on her man?
It's not my place. I'm not a snitch. I'm not a snitch. I'll bullshit I don't be telling on my coworkers. I don't be telling shit.
Man, I told y'all guys, you cannot trust these women, bro.
I'm not a snitch.
Don't you ever trust them like with their friends. They lie all the time with each other.
I'll tell her to tell the truth. I'll be like, bro, tell the truth because you keep coming with that bullshit. I'm gonna tell him the truth.
Okay, period.
Tell the truth.
Cause
you got 5 days. 5 days.
I told you, I'm always keep it G, and I mean that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a book.
Okay. No, Jose, thank you for the 5 Bro W show. Yeah, it was a really good, man. Like, I really like this one. I feel like I really liked having conversations with you and like having to like, because you're definitely like the type of woman I like having on the show that like is very like very independent. Honestly, just I'm not throwing a blow, but kind of masculine and stuff. It's my favorite type of people to like have a conversation with and try to see if I can break down any of those barriers. And I definitely feel like maybe I didn't break them down, but we definitely mushed them up a little bit and made it to where maybe when you go home tonight, maybe whenever you start thinking about these things later on, those barriers are going to be lower or down, and you'll be able to talk different to a man. And that's the biggest thing. A lot of people in this world, especially the guys, so like I believe a lot of single people, the men, a lot of men that are single, stuck single, they're misogynists. They hate women, okay? And the reason why is because maybe their mom was horrible. Maybe they had some bad relationships, girls using them, they got taken advantage of or something. And those guys have deep issues with women, and they need to get past them. They need to grow up. They need to treat women better and stuff. And in the same space, there's a lot of women, though, who are a little bit misandrous. They hate men a little bit because they've gone through a lot of shit. They were abused. They had a bad father, maybe no father. And that's all the whole point of this show is to just peel back those layers of what make us hate the other side, because the truth is we need to work together more now than ever. And the people that are sending us against each other are the 1%, the people that are making all the money off us. So don't let them split us up. We all know the best thing is for us to come together. So start loving men again.
We listen to, like, people are always saying, like, those women we listen to that really have husbands and stuff, they're singing single ladies and we out at the club, and girl, they ain't really doing it.
They're married.
And they man taking care of them.
Beyonce did not leave her husband after he cheated on her. She stayed. She makes all those songs about single ladies, put a ring on it, all this stuff. She did not leave him after. You know why? Because there's not a lot of options after. Once you're up that hypergamy, there's not a lot of guys above her. She's gonna think twice before she leaves a guy like that, because he's so high up. You can't replace somebody like that.
I'm not calling him her beautiful husband too. That was funny. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
You forgot. Yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah. Also, Cardi B, she was like saying, "I don't cook, I don't clean," and then she's sitting there cleaning for Offset. Like, see, that shit's bullshit though. It happens all the time. $5 from Emmanuel Christian. Thank you, bro. 145 male. 145 male. Women want the same 4.5 meter men. There are 30. I think he's probably in a different country. Because that's yeah. I'm guessing. I don't get what he's saying. Do you know? Oh, million. 145 million women want the same 4.5 million men. There we go. There are 35 women competing for your man at any given moment. Compliance is non-negotiable. Sharing is mandatory. Yeah. So like, there's actually a verse in the Bible, ladies.
He's wild.
And
He's
there's actually a
wild.
verse. There's actually a verse that says all women one day, or it's like, they will feed themselves, they will clothe themselves, but please give me your last name. There will be 7 women for every one man, and they will beg, I will feed myself, I will clothe myself, but please give me your last name. And that's from the Bible. I truly see that's what's happening right now. We're going to get to a point where there's a bunch of women chasing just very few guys, and y'all are gonna do anything for marriage or anything for something like that because it's so desperate. I
I'm
really
not
think
gonna
that's
be
coming.
desperate for nobody. I'm still sticking on what I'm saying. I like no.
We'll
Either you
see.
want me or you not. If
Yeah.
you don't, point blank, period.
We're definitely going to see, but I think we can all agree at this table, though, that in 20, 30, 40 years, there's going to be some crazy trauma and like lots of people in therapy over what's going on right now with like the sleep. I mean, not saying this table, but a lot of people are sleeping on like crazy. Like, that's not good for you. A lot of people's brains are going to be fucked up. It's going to get
Or
wild.
even that Sukiyana thing. I don't know if you know who that is,
No.
or the YK or Cyrus, but she's basically a woman who she literally.
Oh yeah, I did
She
see
did
that.
a music video so bad, YouTube banned it, and she had to put it on Pornhub. And this man like
That's
kind
crazy.
of kissed her, like, you know, and it was kind of like forcibly, and everyone's like going back about it. But it's like, it's that thing where it's like, she's saying I'm still a woman, I'm a mother, and all these things, but you don't act like that in your music, so it's hard for a man to treat you like that, even though he's wrong for
It's still
doing
crazy that he did that
It's
shit.
just,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, I get what he's saying. In 20, 30 years, shit's about to get wild.
Yeah, no.
They what they say. I mean, your parents, you attract what you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
that
you reap what you sow, right?
No, I'm saying what you.
Well,
your parents like. Oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah, basically. What do you mean? Like, what were you gonna say? Like your parents are gonna make you into who you are? Like, what are you saying?
No, I was saying like, you are whatever you wear is what you attract. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like, you really do. Like, a lot of people at my job, they say I carry myself so well that I have a man. Little do they know I'm single. But like, you attract what you are wearing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wearing all that provocative stuff, okay, you definitely gonna be looked at. Like, I mean, come on. Like,
Yeah, you could dress modestly and attract a whole different type of man if women really wanted to. But yeah, who wants to dress modestly today? A lot of women want to have all the eyes on them. Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you're 21, if you were 21 years old and you were beautiful, you had tons of guys liking your pictures, commenting, watching your stories and all this stuff, and then you get to 30 and you get your tits done, your ass done, your cheek, you get everything done, and you're getting less likes than you got at 21, you're going to go crazy. You're going to start fucking telling all the other girls bad advice. You're going to start doing all types of shit to try to make sure that you can still get a man. And that's what happens. A lot of women hit the wall at 30 to 35 and then they fucking lose their mind. But yeah, we're going to close it out. Thank y'all so much for coming, guys. Donnie, I really appreciate you, man, for producing. Ladies, this was a fire show. Fuck that bitch that had to get up.
Oh my god!
I don't care. But yeah, guys, we will see y'all on a Friday. Yeah. I'm a savage. But yeah, I'll see y'all later, guys. Peace the fuck out. Have a good night.
What? Yeah.